All right, let's do this. Back at it on a Monday. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Get that stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the horde. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Of course, you can also listen to the show. Download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. And check us out at rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Woo! So you had a big weekend. Halloween Horror Nights.
Yep.
In Universal.
I bought this T-shirt because to commemorate the occasion, because I was a little drunk on the way out of Halloween Horror Nights, but we don't judge inside the park of Universal and the glory that is the Halloween Horror Nights down in Orlando. Yeah, I had a great time, man. The houses were very good this year. My tour guide was just okay. He was a newbie.
Okay.
He was a newbie, kind of a low talker. Not a lot of pizzazz on it, but I had a great time, man. I mean, there's nothing better than getting to go to the park and check everything out all in one night. It's a slog, man. It's 5 hours long. So it's 5 hours long with 12 non-consenting adults. We did not agree to be with one another. And, we're stopping to get drinks and people are going on bathroom breaks. And then we have two people who wanted to get a coffee. So we had to wait for them. No big deal. No big deal. But I had a great time.
Favorite house of the week?
Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to go with the, I would say the Haunting of Hill House. I think the Haunting of Hill House was probably the coolest one inside the park.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Beetlejuice was there. They had Leatherface. They had all those houses. But, yeah, I think the Haunting of Hill House is probably the coolest.
All right, so my apologies to Georgia Southern. They got their asses handed to them.
Oh, yeah, you were in Arkansas,
by
man.
Arkansas. I was at the game.
That's your fault.
It was just ugly. They're lucky they got 10 points. They scored a touchdown on like a 75-yard run. That probably shouldn't have happened. So it was like 48 or 38 to 10. It was a shellacking.
Why'd you make that happen? Why'd you do that, bro?
I'm sorry. I will not take the blame for that.
45-10, yeah.
45-10, yeah. It was an ass kicking, but it was a lot of fun hanging out with the kid. I walked legitly, according to my app, almost 10 miles on Friday alone.
Wow.
Because just no other option. Just getting around the campus. I had nothing to do but walk. So I walked.
It sounded like it.
It was great to see my kid. It was horrible to walk that much. But it was definitely a lot of fun. Even the game, I got no ties to Georgia Southern. Sorry, guys. So it was a fun experience all around. So it was very, very cool. All right, coming up on the show today, we got Big Money Monday at a new time toward the end of the 8 o'clock hour. We get to the dude of the week. And, of course, we got trivia. And we're switching that up, too, at the end of the 7 o'clock hour. So be ready for that. Top of the 7 o'clock hour, taking your calls, comments, and texts today. What's something that you tried once on your own and will never do again because of disastrous results? So what happened there? And, of course, going to kick off the show next with About Last Night. Jeopardy hasn't found a host, but they know what they're doing for the end of the year. Bam Margera, things have gone from bad to worse. And can Tom Brady play in the NFL at 50? He answered the question. We'll give you that answer coming up next. Here's Daughtry, Heavy as the Crown, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Morning, everyone, for joining us super early here on the show today. Jeremy, Wanda, good morning. Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, I had a really fun weekend in Orlando, and I catching up with some friends and having some beers this weekend, so it was good. I'll tell you what, man, when it came back to Marshall's plight of not being able to find great Halloween decorations this year,
Nothing?
Orlando still has Savannah gets completely shit on when it comes to like getting a good selection of Halloween stuff. Like they send stuff to major cities, right?
Right.
So Orlando had so much more to pick from. I mean, we just went to a couple department stores like TJ Maxx and Target and stuff. You know, the ones that start with T. And they've got bigger collections, but still nothing fantastic. I don't know what I'm looking for, but it's not it. It's not it right there. I haven't been to a Spirit Halloween store yet, though. But Spirit's always terrible. You always have to go in. You never know when they open. I think the one over here by Best Buy opens up tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it's the 21st. I think I read when I was driving by it the other day. But Wanda says she ended up getting stuff on Amazon. Yeah, it opens tomorrow. Yeah. Morning, Charles. Yeah, so I had a good time down in Orlando. The trip home took, outside of a extended, 35-minute stop at a Burger King for lunch. I mean, it took us almost 6 hours to get home on Saturday. We left a little after 10. Yeah, between traffic and torrential downpours of rain between Orlando and Jacksonville. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. My return home had drama, but I ended up getting home at the time I was supposed to get home. So
you snow dayed me yesterday, so I feel like you're a real son of a bitch yesterday for that, man.
Yeah.
You snow dayed me. Cotter messaged me at 12. He goes, "Hey, man, plane's got mechanical issues. May not be able to do the show tomorrow." And I'm like, snow day? This is my version of a snow day. This is incredible. So I waited an hour, and I'm like, what's up? What's up with that snow day? I heard nothing from him. Nothing from Cotter. 2 hours after that, I'm in Chicago. Should be good to go for tomorrow. I was like, damn it. There goes my snow day, man.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So close to my snow day. And we rarely get that. I mean, I don't think we've never experienced that yet on the show. Like where one of us called in sick.
Yeah.
Or even said, hey, man, tomorrow's show, I don't know. Something. We haven't had that yet. Got ever so close to that elusive radio snow day. Maybe next time. So were you nervous at all getting on the plane after they're like, yeah, there's mechanical issues? And they're like, nope, good, let's go.
Nah, the pilot wouldn't have gotten on if they wouldn't, No, I wasn't nervous until we sat on the runway, we on the tarmac or whatever for about a good 15, 20 extra minutes before I actually went anywhere. Then I started to get a little nervous because I'm like, why aren't we going anywhere?
Oh, you were on the plane when they were like, oh, yeah, this thing's broke.
No. We didn't even board before it broke.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, guys, be right back. Story number one about last night. Can Tom Brady play in the NFL until the age of 50? They actually answered the question. Tampa Bay Buccaneers recently posted a video to their YouTube page called Tommy and Gronk, which I just found funny. They're just lounging out in some nice chairs, going to answer some questions from fans. Basically, they looked at what people were Googling when it came to Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, and those are the questions they were going to answer. Yeah, so the guys have done a couple of these videos now, and it's just, Tom and Gronk being Tom and Gronk, just being a couple dudes, sitting in some weird beach chairs, right on the football field, and it's always a fun little series to see a little bit another side from the guys because you never really got to see it when they played in New England together, but it is very, very cool they're doing this now. So Rob was the first one to ask a question. And yeah, he was asking Tom if he could play until the age of 50. And well, Tom Brady said this.
Can Tom Brady play until 50 years old?
Wow. Seems to be a really hot question lately. Can Tom Brady play till 50? Like 50 years old?
Yeah, 50.
50.
You're 44, that's 6 more years.
I don't find it so difficult. And plus, in the Florida, it's kind of a retiree state, so I feel like I can play and then just glide into retirement. I think I can. I think it's a yes.
For starters, hats off to Gronk, who knew he could do math.
He couldn't. It was laid out for him.
Okay, fair enough. Tom Brady saying he thinks he could play to 50. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that was a serious response. Just the setup of the video. I questioned whether, this was him trolling or him being honest. I tend to think the dude could play to 50.
Yeah, 100%. I think he could play to 50. And, I mean, who says he can't? I mean, this season alone, he's thrown 9 touchdowns. He's the first in the NFL with 9 touchdowns, unless, Aaron Rodgers throws, 9 touchdowns tonight. And he's got 2 interceptions. He's thrown for almost 700 yards. And, yeah, he just turned 44. He was born in 1977. Tom Brady is just – oh, my computer's going off. Sorry. I was like, what is that? Tom Brady has had probably a better statistical season now than he's probably had in the last few years. And actually, I found this stat just earlier yesterday. Tom Brady has thrown more touchdowns in his 40s than he did his 20s. Think about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, game comparison. I mean, that'd be the one thing I'd want to be curious to see how many games has he played in his 40s compared to his 20s. But that is interesting. I think moving to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has done more for his career than anything else. I think getting away from Belichick, it just seems like he is having so much more fun now than he ever did in New England.
I've never seen a guy retire and then play more football. It's just crazy. You never see that, and he's actually doing really good at it.
How long do you think he plays? How many more years?
I bet you he probably does. I mean, on top of this season, I bet you he probably does one more.
You think so?
Yeah,
That's
he'll play to almost 46 years old, and he'll call it.
All right, coming up next, we got to talk Bam Margera. Unfortunately, things have gone pretty much bad to worse for this guy. Story number 2 about last night is next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Thanks to ESPN and their automatic video plays. I was like, what the hell is that? I didn't have my computer on mute, which I usually do.
All sports websites do that, and it drives me up the wall.
Sorry, guys. Threw us off there. Yeah, and Jesus Christ, yesterday, Tom Brady smoked the Falcons. I thought about calling, like last Monday's show was called The Falcons Are Dead.
Yeah.
After 1 week. I almost thought about just doing The Falcons Are Dead Part 2 for today's show title. Didn't go that way.
Yeah. Back to yesterday. No, so we knew before we got on the plane that there was a mechanical issue. So I stood in line for like over an hour trying to figure out, because it was just super slow, trying to figure out if I can move a flight. I tried to do it via the app, and I'm glad I didn't now, but I tried to do it via the app, and there was one that went through Houston and would have got me home last night at like 10 o'clock. And I was like, all right, try to do that, but I couldn't get it done through the app. And literally, as I'm walking up to the counter to see if I can push back a flight or get something moved, they come out. It's like, all right, we're going to start loading now. And I'm like, looking at the time, my layover, I was supposed to board like at 2:20, and I'm like, this is going to be cutting it close. So I got my flight pushed back, and then we got to Chicago, and instead of 2:20, I was going to leave at 5, but the flight crew from whatever flight that from Chicago to Savannah at 2:20 was getting there late, so they pushed that flight back. So I got there, ran to the front, ran to the desk, be like, can I switch back to this flight? And they're like, yep. So I was in O'Hare for all of about 2 minutes before we hopped on the next flight.
Were you in the same gate, or did you have to run to another gate?
It was literally across the. I mean, it was. I walked off one plane and I saw the gate across the room.
Didn't work out better for you. Jeez.
I know, and that's how it was going up too. It was cutting it close going up because we were running a little late. But literally, it's like you walked out of one gate and you just walked around one and walked right onto the plane. So it was kind of nice.
Yeah, man. I speaking of football and everything with Tom Brady, I'm upset that I had to miss out on last night's Sunday night football game. As an adult, I had to go to bed, but I stayed up till about 10:30, 10:45.
Okay.
Just watching the game on my phone. Great game from the Chiefs and Ravens, and damn it, I did not expect the Ravens to somehow pull it off. The Ravens won by 8 points last night.
Oh, damn.
And the Ravens went for it on 4th and 1 with like 2 minutes left because they were trying to do anything to make sure that Patrick Mahomes couldn't have the ball. And they got the 4th and 1, and they were able to just down it and in the game. Stunningly, that's the first time that Lamar Jackson has ever beat the Ravens.
Oh, wow.
It was the 4th time they've played. So it was a big like monkey off their back type of situation. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm super excited. Because I'm like, get the first loss out of the way.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, it's to a good team. You didn't lose to like, you know, the Bears or something. You know, and then Patrick Mahomes was just like ridiculous last night. I mean, he was throwing like 80-yard touchdowns like off his back foot, like in the middle of like Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback. I'm not going to say ever, but we are going to be probably saying that one day where Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be the best quarterback to ever play the game. He'll eventually catch up to Brady, most likely, when it comes to Super Bowls. He's already got one. He's probably going to play for 20 years because that's how quarterbacks play. He signed a 10-year deal. Everyone forgets he signed a 10-year, $500 million deal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jesus. Yeah, so coming up later in the show, guys, we're going to get to our question of the day, top of the 7 o'clock hour. What's something that you tried to do once on your own and you will never do again because of the disastrous results? Share your stories with what happened. Charles, I feel like you got something good here for us. Feel free to call in with your story, 1-800-394-1061. You can also text it, same number, or drop your story into the stream.
All right. We got a few minutes. I'm gonna start some coffee.
Yeah, so I haven't had too much luck. That's right, Charles. Charles said 10 years, $500 million? That's radio money. Pretty much. Pretty much, as you know. We make $1,500 per show. It's a good life. It's a good life we live. Now, going back to like Halloween decorations and having, issues finding sick ones this year. And like last year, my wife and I, we've had these Halloween decorations forever. And we're like, okay, we're going to throw away all of our crappy old Halloween decorations. We're like, next year, we'll just buy some new stuff. It has not been a good one to find new stuff this year. But I found this guy at Target, and this is currently sitting on my front doorstep. I have the Lit Reaper. He's about 1.5 feet off the ground, but currently, yeah, this is sitting at my front door. I don't know why I love him so much. He's like a little Funko Pop toy, just gigantic and lit up. But I think that's about the only thing I think we bought for Halloween decorations over the weekend. Very cute. Thank you. So after going to Halloween Horror Nights this past weekend, and my wife and I usually watch quite a few horror movies over the spooky season. You know, we've watched pretty much all the major, I would say if you had a list of the top 100 horror movies of all time, we've probably watched 90% of it.
Sure.
But we've never gone back and watched the classics. So we are going to go back and watch the classics over the next few weeks. The first one up will be The Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay. So, yeah, I didn't know if you meant the classics from, our youth or the classics.
No, the
Universal monster movies.
Yeah, Boris Karloff's.
Okay.
And Boris Karloff, I mean, that guy. He did every single major monster movie back in the 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, his resume is incredible. But it was funny. So Halloween Horror Nights, they have 10 haunted houses. They have 5 scare zones, But the one thing they have is this weird little museum that there's no signs for. It's just an open door.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of staged in there when it came to our time to do this little VIP tour that we were doing. I was like, this thing is awesome. So I took some pictures in there, and I'm going to put up a photo gallery. If you guys follow me on the socials, you'll be able to see it. I'm going to post it later, but let's see.
Got about 10 seconds.
They have there's the dude from the Munsters.
Oh, nice.
The cast of what his head was, and they have all these really cool things going on.
All right, guys, be right back. Story number 2 about last night. Things for Bam Margera. It just really keep going from bad to worse. Last couple of years have been rough. Drug problems, psychological problems.
Yeah.
Getting fired from Jackass 4. Well, recently, his wife, Nicole Boyd, they've been married for 8 years, seeking full custody of their 3-year-old son, Phoenix. Now, the weird part about this thing is they're still married.
Yeah, she's not filing for divorce. She just wants full custody of the child, that's a little strange. I mean, usually it's steps, right?
Right.
They get divorced first, then you shoot for custody, whether it be split or full.
Now, it sounds like their marriage has not been good for a while. Back in 2019, when Bam Margera appeared on Dr. Phil, he says his family is in shambles. He says, Nikki, his wife, I can't stand. No, I can't stand her. I'll tell you why. Let's start with Phoenix Wolf. have an 18-month son, and he's the best. I love him to death, and Nikki knows that. And if we separate, I know she's going to use him against me as bait. I ain't playing that effing game, so you can have him. So it's just this whole thing's weird.
Yeah, he's been forever. I don't know. He just broke when Ryan Dunn died, and that was a decade ago. And this guy just has been on this weird, like, downward trajectory, and it's just been so sad to see. And it was actually terrible news to hear that he was kicked off of Jackass Forever, which is coming out in February. This sucks. And now, I mean, this doesn't seem like Bam's going to take this very well.
No, and I mean, I love Bam Margera. He was one of my favorite guys on Jackass. I loved his whole run of his own shows that he got. So all I want within the next couple months is to have a story about Bam and be like, you know what, guys? We got good news.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's reconciled with his wife. He apologized to the guys from Jackass. Maybe he can be in the credits or something. Let's make some positive stuff happen for Bam Margera. But I guess, he's got to be the one to kind of get that going.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. He does. And I mean, I don't think he's in the spot, at least according to every story that I've seen so far. It doesn't seem like he's in that spot, but hopefully he gets there. But yeah, this is the latest, I guess, roadblock for Bam Margera. So we'll keep you posted as we'll see how things end up there. Coming up next, one more story to go for About Last Night. Jeopardy doesn't have that permanent host yet, but they know what they're doing for the rest of 2021. We'll tell you what that is after Bad Flower. Here's 30, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Ooh, Wanda, what did you think of Candyman? You said not hating it. Doesn't sound like you liked it. Yeah, let me know what you think of Candyman. I thought the new Candyman film was really good. And I think it did fairly decent enough where they may actually make a sequel to it.
Oh, cool.
Which may be interesting because the stars and director of that film are really blowing up right now.
Be too big to come back for a sequel?
Well, I think it's just going to cost them a lot more money.
Yeah.
So the new Candyman movie they made for like $40 million.
Right.
I mean, which is fairly cheap when it comes to the standards of, making a horror movie or any movie nowadays. Just $40 million. So they did that with Candyman. And like I said, the movie's done fairly well. Nia DaCosta, who is the director of Candyman, she's doing the new Miss Marvel film. So, I mean, she's leveled up. She's working with Disney now. So when you're making those Disney dollars, kind of like how we make the $1,500 we make per show, I mean, it's hard to go back just to like regular old pay scale, which I'm guessing is what she's going to be getting if she goes back and probably does a sequel to another Candyman film.
I mean, do you think, though, it's Hollywood. I wouldn't be surprised if they've already got it in the deal to where once they sign, it's like, hey, you guys are on the hook for at least one more.
Yeah, hook with Candyman. Yeah. And plus, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, he is the gentleman who plays the Candyman character in this new film. He's in the new Matrix movie. He was in Watchmen. Like, this guy is on a star on the rise. And this guy is going to be making a lot of money. A lot of money.
All right, we got about a minute 45.
All right, guys, going to talk about this Jeopardy host story on who's handling what. And then before the hour ends, we'll give you details on tomorrow's Torture Tuesday. Wanda says she really liked Candyman, but I wish they hadn't talked about the girlfriend's past without more details unless the sequel is her being Candyman. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's actually a good point, Wanda. You know what? I think there's a lot more story between the two of them. I think I was thinking that her father maybe was a Candyman. That's what I was thinking too. I don't know. Spoiler alert. You could know. But that was just like a little one-off scene that kind of showcased her family history, which is actually really interesting.
All right, under a minute.
Got so many props today. Look at this. Fucking Gallagher over here. Carrot Top over here. Yeah, I really liked Candyman, Wanda. It's definitely a good movie to check out, guys. Charles, you're drawing a blank because you're so goddamn talented. That's why.
All right, guys, be right back. Story number 3 about last night. Now, Jeopardy will not feature a revolving door of guest hosts while they look for the full-time replacement for Alex Trebek. Now, of course, it was initially announced that actress Mayim Bialik, I'm mispronouncing it every time, Mayim Bialik, executive producer Mike Richards, would share the role of Jeopardy host following the passing of Alex Trebek. However, some not-so-nice things have come out that Mike Richards said back in the day on a podcast. So first he stepped down as host, then he left his position as executive producer of the show. Now, initially he said, look, they'd go back to the series of guest hosts until they found somebody new, but they decided against that, at least for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, he was set to just like take that step back after a podcast came out where he made some disparaging remarks in regards to women and some minority groups. So Mike Richards, obviously out. Ken Jennings is in. Mayim Bialik, I think is how you say your name.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, I think so. They're both going to be kind of co-hosting essentially the show. One will do it in a week, another will do a week, and kind of do that for the rest of 2021. Now, I wish they would just go back, honestly, just to doing guest hosts, because that would actually bring more publicity to the show if they could actually just get more of a rotational guest host throughout the rest of the year until they finally make that final pick of who is going to be the one host of this show.
I agree. I mean, because you were kind of excited to hear who was going to fill in next.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of wanted to see how they were going to do. Were they going to screw it up? Were they going to do a great job?
Yeah.
So, I think you get more eyes on it if you just go to that permanent host. And Ken Jennings, I mean, reportedly not in the running to be on the show permanently because of things he tweeted in the past.
Yeah, if you've done anything bad in your life, you can't be the Jeopardy host, apparently, ever.
So obviously,
step on a bug? I don't think so. I don't think so.
So I mean, they haven't even announced if they've got somebody in mind. I mean, Mayim Bialik was somebody they wanted to be the permanent host, but she's got so many other responsibilities. She's just doing primetime, like one-off specials and stuff, so she can't step in full time. And I know there was a big push for LeVar Burton to host. He is, and then Sony's like, look, he's not in the running. He's kind of stepped back and said, look, I'm just going to do my own thing now. He did an interview with Trevor Noah, and he's like, I'm looking to do my own game show. Screw it. Not going to give me this job. I'll just do my own.
Yeah, that's the big time. That's the big time. Oh, I'm better than your show. Because when you don't get offered a job, you're like, I'm going to create my own company. No, he's going to create his own game show, apparently. You know what, honestly? I don't put it past LeVar Burton that he'll probably do this.
No, I think he will. I mean, it goes back to how many streaming services are there now? How many outlets are just begging for content? I mean, somebody would pick up a LeVar Burton hosted game show.
100%.
I mean, it seems like it's got Netflix written all over it.
I'd watch it.
All right, coming up next, we've got Torture Tuesday. That's right, it's back. It returns tomorrow on the show. We'll tell you what's going down here in a few minutes. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. I'm going to grab my coffee real quick.
Juana says we're going to have to sit down and watch the others again now. Oh, when it comes to the Candymans, yeah, I mean, the only Candyman that's connected to this new one is actually the first film, Candyman 2 and 3, which I still haven't seen 3 because it's like almost impossible to find. It's on like one service that I don't have. Yeah, I don't know if it's really worth it. Watch Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. It's kind of a fun one, but apparently Candyman 3 is so horrific they don't even want to pretend it exists, nor does any service want to carry it, so. Hair is ridiculous today, guys. All right, guys, so we're going to talk Torture Tuesday next. It involves The Duel. The Duel. The world's newest, hottest pepper. They put Pepper X on 2 chips. And we'll explain what we're going to do with The Duel for Torture Tuesday tomorrow. We'll do that right around 8 o'clock. In the 7 o'clock hour today, once again, our call-in is, what's something you try to do once on your own and you will never do again because of the disastrous results? What happened? Go ahead and tell us via the chat, or feel free to call us, 1-800-394-1061. Oh, Candyman 3 is on Hulu. That's the one service I don't have.
All right. Got brand new Aaron Jones coming up next.
Aaron Jones is going to be at District Live, downtown Savannah, on Saturday, October 23rd, just about a month from now.
That's true. God damn, man. With everything that's gone on over the past 2 years of the pandemic and all this crap, I'm shocked how fast everything's gone. It just seems like it should have drug on, just with all the crap.
Yeah.
It has gone by so effing quickly, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I think just with everything, getting back to normal and everything kind of ramping up, the year has definitely gone fast.
Okay.
So Rolling Stone put out an updated list of their top 500 songs of all time. We'll talk about a story involving Smash Mouth in that list coming up later in the show. But I was looking at the top 10 songs, and I don't think they changed really. I mean, it's not like there's a new song
Right.
to be included into the top 10. I think it was kind of locked in. But the top 10, just going down the list real quick. Number 10 is Outkast's Hey Ya, 2003. And that's...
really?
Yeah. Fleetwood Mac's Dreams, 1977. That's number 9.
Okay.
Once again, this is the top 10 list of the best songs of all time. Rolling Stone has updated their 500 best songs of all time. They continuously do this, I think, a couple times a year.
It's been 17 years, I think, is what they said. Since
Oh, really?
I think that's what they said since they did it last. I could be wrong, but I want to say it was a kind of a drastic amount of it was a big jump.
Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely not a couple times a year. Then I thought they did this twice a year or something.
I'm gonna double check now here.
Number 8 is Missy Elliott's "Get Your Freak On." That comes in at 2001. Number 7, this is the top 10 best songs of all time, according to Rolling Stone. Number 7 is the Beatles' "Strawberry Fields Forever." I'm sure, why not? Number 6, Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On," 1971. Cool, I like that. Number 5, Nirvana "Smells Like Teen Spirit," 1991. I agree, that song changed a lot of things. Historical. Number 4, Bob Dylan's "Like a Rolling Stone," 1965. Number 3, Sam Cooke's "A Change Is Gonna Come," 1964. I think that's the only one I don't know if I know or not.
I bet you'd know it if you heard it.
Yeah. Number 2 is Public Enemy's "Fight the Power," number 2, 1989. And then the number 1 song, according to Rolling Stone, Aretha Franklin's "Respect."
Yeah, I think that's been number 1 for
1967.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was for the first time in 17 years they've completely remade the list of the best songs ever.
Oh, okay.
More than 250 artists, writers, and industry figures help us choose a brand new list of historic favorites, world-changing anthems, and new classics. Hey Ya kind of shocks me. I mean, it's not a bad song, but of all the Outkast songs, not the best. And I get it. You can say the same thing about "Smells Like Teen Spirit" from Nirvana. But I think that song at least had such an impact at the time and did change things. I think it makes sense. Hey Ya didn't have that impact and change a culture, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just going through the top 50 list, Elton John's "Tiny Dancers" at 47. MIA's "Paper Planes," which is that, gunshot song, number 46. Michael Jackson's "Billie Jean," 44. I mean, there's obviously you'll know every single song on that list from the top 50, but Carson Daly was pretty upset with the list. He was? What did he say about it, Wanda? I guess I didn't see this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's such an undertaking. I mean, it's one thing, we put together the Rock 1000 or 1061 best songs ever played. So I mean, we were focused on a format, we were focused on a genre, and even that could be decisive. But when you throw in every format, every song's on the table, holy crap, where do you start? F you. I mean, that just got to be one of the hardest things ever.
Yeah.
All right, we got about 90 seconds.
All right, guys, we're going to break down what we're doing for Torture Tuesday tomorrow. We'll do that right around 8 o'clock tomorrow, so make sure to hang with us for the first Torture Tuesday of the fall season. And then after that, we'll jump right into our question of the day. What's something that you try to do once on your own and will never do again because of the disastrous results? Please share your stories with us.
He was not happy with Hey Ya being listed that high. Yeah, I get it, man. It's like all the other songs I can go, okay, you can make an argument or at least they make sense. That one kind of stands out as glaring to me.
It's an interesting choice. I mean, maybe it's too early in the morning for me to absolutely shit on it, but yeah.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds. All right, be right back. Good morning, guys. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. So good news for you, bad news for us. Torture Tuesday season is back, and it debuts tomorrow. Now, each of us have done the one chip challenge.
Right.
Well, they got a version now to where you can go head-to-head in the one chip challenge. It's called The Duel, featuring 2 Pepper X chips. Now, that is the new hottest pepper on the planet.
Yes, it is. So, yeah, we'll take each other on in this duel. And essentially what it is you'll take a chip, I'll take a chip, we'll eat the chip, but we also get a drink of our choice. Now, in this challenge, you're supposed to, wait 5 minutes, or pretty much the first person to reach for their drink is the loser, the person that succumbs to the heat. But the thing is, our drink isn't going to be just any regular drink. It's not going to be a big glass of milk or pineapple juice or orange juice or whatever destroys the heat. We're actually going to add more heat on top of that because we're dumb. So we are actually going to use the very rare, we found out, Mountain Dew Flaming Hot Soda as our drink of choice.
Right.
16 ounces. And then on top of that, I actually grew some Carolina Reapers or Ghost Peppers. I don't know, one of them. I grew some in my yard. So we're going to use Marshall grown peppers. And we're just going to smash them into our sodas, and then we're going to have to drink/eat everything in that glass on top of eating the chip.
Why do we hate ourselves?
I don't know. I mean, it's just I do it for the love of our community because everyone kind of expects us to just do this level of dumb stuff. Like doing the one chip challenge, anyone could do that. Like newscasters on TV do it for funsies at the end of their show. We purposely hurt ourselves for entertainment.
That's true. So tomorrow, Torture Tuesday's back. We are going big, taking on the Duel one chip challenge. Each of us will have their own chip. Like Marshall said, we've got Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew, complete with what pepper again?
I think it's a Carolina Reaper.
Okay.
Let's just say Carolina Reaper.
Marshall grown Carolina Reapers in the Mountain Dew. Can we try the Mountain Dew without the Reaper in it, just so we can? I'm just curious to see what it tastes like.
Yeah, we'll take a little sip beforehand. Yeah, sure.
Before my taste buds are completely fried from my mouth. So Torture Tuesday is back tomorrow. That's going to happen at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. I don't know what's more entertaining, Torture Tuesday itself, or then us trying to do an hour and a half of show after Torture Tuesday.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of show after that, isn't there?
there There really is.
Yeah. Well, it's only bad for Mac.
That's true. She'll be coming in hopefully to run the board. All right, so coming up top the 7 o'clock hour, it's time for calls, comments, and text. 800-394-1061. What's something that you tried once on your own and will never do again because the results were so bad? We need to know what happened. 800-394-1061. Call, comment, and text. We got your stories coming up after 7 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, we're going into our story of the day here, our question of the day. Feel free to drop in your stories via the chat once again. Like Cotter said, what's something that you try to do once on your own and then you will never do it again because of the disastrous results that happen from it? Share with us what happened, and we'll do those stories top the 7 o'clock hour. And if you got a really great story, feel free to call in 1-800-394-1061. It is Carolina Reapers. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't remember whether it's between Carolina Reapers or Ghost Peppers.
That's okay.
Probably because it took 6 months to grow. Yeah, I did not have a good yield from my first ever growing of peppers this year. Like, I had a banana pepper plant that just went ridiculous.
Yep,
like it was freaking insane. But I did some Carolina Reaper plants, and I just did not have a good yield. I was asking this guy that I know, I'm like, what's typical pepper yield off these plants? He's like about 40 each, and I'm like, Jesus, I got like 5. And I thought I tended it well. Maybe I had it in a spot that was just too much sun. We'll try again next year.
The Emmys went down yesterday, and you can tell by the nominees and the winners, the pandemic really affected the amount of shows that were on. Because when it came to some of these nominations, it was like 3 people from Handmaid's Tale, 3 people from The Crown, 3 people from Ted Lasso. I mean, it was like 4 shows got all the nominations. And that's about how many got all the wins, too. So, drama. Outstanding drama series, The Crown. Outstanding lead actor in a drama series, Josh O'Connor, The Crown. Standing lead actress in a drama series, Olivia Colman, The Crown. Tobias Menzies, The Crown. Gillian Anderson, The Crown. So, it swept all the drama categories.
Yeah, I ran through the winner list this morning, and it was like Ted Lasso and The Crown.
Yeah.
And one glaring thing that happened on the Emmys that I don't think has ever happened before, I think I read this. The Handmaid's Tale was nominated for 23 different awards. They won 0.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it was like the show with the most nominations ever with the most 0 wins ever was The Handmaid's Tale or Handmaid's Tale, whatever. I know, I've never seen it. Never watched it.
I heard it's great, but I haven't watched it either. It's funny how the award shows seem to every so often just pick, we're anointing you. Like last year, and I mean, sometimes they deserve it. In my opinion, Schitt's Creek should have been winning awards prior to just last year, but I mean, it swept the comedy awards last year. I've heard nothing but good things about Ted Lasso. So, it's no surprise to see them, kind of kick the crap out of every other comedy series. The Crown is the one that surprises me because, I mean, it's been around for a minute. Now, I know they've, updated casts. I think they're on their 3rd version of the Queen, I think, now. I don't remember anymore.
Are they?
I believe so. Either 2nd or 3rd. So, I mean, that show's been around for a minute. But, I mean, yeah, it dominated last night. And Cedric the Entertainer, it was a little rough.
He was the host?
Yeah, I watched.
He's still alive?
I watched bits and pieces of it, man. It was a little rough. They had one sketch that was funny. It featured actors who had never won an Emmy, and it was set up like a self-help group. And it was Scott Bakula, Jason Alexander, Zoe Deschanel, somebody else, and then Fred Savage popped in where he was bitching about how that was actually pretty funny. That was a good bit. The rest of it was rough.
I saw that. What's her name? Tom Hanks' wife,
Rita Wilson.
Rita Wilson rapped.
It was so they started with, and it seemed like the biggest. We are going to give ourselves a massive pat on the back right now. So they paid,
Wait, did you watch the show?
Yeah, I watched part of it last night.
Oh, okay.
So they paid tribute to Bismarcky at the start of the show, and they did like a version of Just a Friend, but it was talking about how TV is just a friend and it's there for you. And I mean, it was the biggest self-congratulations kind of piece of crap I've ever seen. And they had different people come in and rap a verse, and one of them was Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks' wife.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think you could just tell there wasn't a lot of options this year, just the way shows were nominated. I mean, Ted Lasso had 4 guys nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I mean, it's cool if the show's that good and all these actors are that deserving, but I mean, that seems excessive. And seriously, for the Best Supporting Actress in drama, it was like 3 from The Crown and 3 from Handmaid's Tale. So it's just like, there's not one other show that deserves something. I find that really hard to believe, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think everyone's kind of over award shows at this point. It just doesn't seem like anyone's really interested. I bet you like there's going to be a story where the Emmys were the least watched they've been in like 20 years coming out
Probably
later today.
That's been the story for every award show.
Yeah, I just don't think people really, really care too much about award shows anymore. Like, I mean, people are obviously very much more into their own opinions. If you don't understand that, just look at social media.
I will say, I think there's a podcast somewhere, and I'd probably listen to it because I mean, I've liked award shows and I've watched them in the past, and kind of look forward to them. But if you go back, I think it would work better for the Oscars than anything else, just because there's just so many Emmys and stuff to pick from. But if you go back and look at years, of movies that won, I mean, Shakespeare in Love beat Saving Private Ryan for Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me Shakespeare in Love is a better effing movie than Saving Private Ryan. So I think there's an interesting podcast or something there to where you go back and you get the right people to host and be part of it, where you can kind of go back and debate what should have won and kind of redo some of these awards, because still, Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. Once again, our question of the day is, what's something that you try to do once on your own that you will never do again because of the disastrous results? What happened? Go ahead and share your stories with us here in the chat, or give us a call, 1-800-394-1061. I don't know if you looked at our social media, but some dude absolutely burned us.
Yeah, no, I
absolutely
got it.
Burned us to pieces. I definitely want to talk about that one.
Yeah, I got it.
When it comes to our question of the day, it was pretty funny. We'll share that in the break, too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got all what we did for social media. I'm guessing you have. Do you have something here?
I do. It's nothing real epic by any means, but I do.
All right, guys. So we're about, I don't know, a little less than 10 minutes away from going on the air. With your calls, comments, and texts in regards to our question of the day. So some sad news that came out over the weekend in regards to a missing girl who was on a trip with her boyfriend. Her name is, I'm looking for it, had it here. Her name is Gabby Petito. She was like a famous YouTuber. She had almost 1 million followers on YouTube.
Damn.
She was known for her like adventures. She'd go to like national parks and kind of show off stuff.
Okay.
And cute little blonde girl. People loved her. Well, apparently she was on this trip with her boyfriend, and they were road tripping across America. And she suddenly went missing. And then her boyfriend, told everyone that she was missing and then just drove home. Like, he didn't try to help or anything. It was like super strange at the very beginning. Well, they apparently yesterday, a rep from the FBI says they have not done forensic tests yet, but the body they discovered just yesterday is consistent with Gabby's. So they have found her body. She is dead, according to the story.
Okay.
It looks like her boyfriend, before they even found the body, went missing. So the boyfriend is currently missing right now.
Okay.
So it's not looking good for him. And the family of Gabby put out a statement through their lawyer. Their lawyer is Richard B. Stafford. So this is Gabby's family saying, all of Gabby's family want the world to know that Brian is not missing. He is hiding. Gabby is missing. Now, this is obviously before they found the body yesterday. So it looks like Gabby Petito, famous YouTuber, almost 1 million followers on YouTube. Yeah, she is, and Instagram. She looks like she has passed away, which is real sad.
That sucks.
Yeah, but it looks like this Brian guy, kind of suspect number one there, pal. Apparently, there is body cam footage, too, from a Utah officer who pulled them over. They pulled them over, and apparently they were having an argument in the vehicle. Apparently, in the video, which is currently up on TMZ, they can see Gabby breaking down in tears when the officer asked what was going on after pulling them over on the side of the road. She explains that she has OCD. Brian, for his part, told the cop that they were just arguing and there wasn't anything to be alarmed about. And the cop just let him go, which obviously...
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. She was only 22 years old. I mean, not the biggest crazy story from the weekend. I mean,
No,
there's all
but
the
still.
there's all the Murdaugh stuff, which I'm sure we could spend 4 hours talking about or more. He turned himself in. Apparently, he got shot in the head. There was no evidence of that ever because he showed up in court and the judge was like, "So you got shot in the head. Can you show us where?" And his lawyer was like, "Well, he got shot in the head. He had an injury and an exit wound." And he's like, "Where? You can't tell." So it's the whole story gets crazier and crazier by the minute. Supposedly got shot, but there's no, I mean, like if you looked at his mugshots, you can't even tell.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
We got a text for our story.
Oh, cool.
Our question's pretty good. So
Let's save that for the second break, I guess.
okay. All right, guys. We got about 6 minutes still. Plenty of time. Got Beck and Loser going to get into some Godsmack and then get your stories. Sean, what's up, man? Hey, Sandy. Mamacita. Oh, the 8 o'clock hour, 10 signs we're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
What link was that for that story?
Oh, I'll just send you the story.
Okay.
I probably forgot to send you the link, but I found it on our prep service.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, I probably forgot to do that yesterday.
Yeah, I'm still trying to catch up from the weekend. I mean, didn't do anything crazy by any means with but the sheer amount of walking. Like every time I got back to the hotel, was just like pass out, super tired.
Did you catch up with the big guy when you were there?
No, it just didn't work out. Hold on a second, call. Rock 161, who's this?
Big, bold, and sexy.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Oh, another Monday morning.
I get it.
All right, so something popped in my mind about something I'll never do alone again.
Okay.
All right, back in Charleston, when we were living there, I was in a hunting club.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy had killed his allotment of does, but he still had a lot of does on his stand. And he asked me, he said, hey, man, you want to go kill a doe? I said, sure. So went down to hunt his stand, and doe popped out. I shot her. I'd never hunted his stand before. So she took off into the woods. I got down to go track her. It got dark. And my dadgum rechargeable flashlight, back in the days when we used rechargeable flashlights, it died.
Oh, no.
So it's a Saturday night, no moon, dark as hell. I have zero idea where the hell I am.
Oh.
Now, fortunately, I had found the deer, and I was just getting ready to start dragging her. But the light died, and I got turned around. I had no idea where I was.
Right.
So rule was at the club was nobody left till everybody was checked out. So I'm sitting there in the woods trying to see. I mean, I can't see. And it's about an hour past after I shot her.
Right.
That's how long I've been in the woods by myself, into the total darkness. Of course, we had no cell phones back then.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? What do you do when you're lost? I ring off a shot in the air. And then I ring off a second shot. So the third shot is the distress shot, right?
Right.
30 minutes later, I finally hear a truck coming.
Damn.
I mean, I'm back. So anyway, so they come. We're hollering back and forth. They bring the flashlights in. I get out. So ever since, I have never gone hunting without two flashlights on my person.
I think that's probably the way to go, Charles. 100%.
And I threw away every stinking rechargeable flashlight I had.
I get it.
Well, we're glad you didn't die in that forest with that doe. That would have been a very awkward situation for everyone involved.
Yeah, because they wanted to drag my big ass. I was about 340 back then.
All right, Charles. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks,
we
man.
appreciate it.
All right, see you, man.
Talk to you. Bye.
Yeah.
Jeff said, longest story ever. I go, he's adding the pauses for tension. Jesus, man. No, I meant tension. All right. Let's see. We're about, a minute out? We'll mess with that call on the second break then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're going to start off here?
Yeah, I can start off.
Morning, Tony. Go ahead and tease us getting roasted by this guy on the second break at the end of this first break.
Tease it at the end of the first break?
Yeah. And then I'll bring up a couple probably from Robert and Jason here. So
Okay.
maybe David as well. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. What's something that you've tried once on your own and will never do again because of the disastrous results? So what happened? You can call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. I will no longer do anything electrical in my house.
Yeah.
I feel relatively capable of doing a lot of small things around the house.
Okay.
Especially now with YouTube.
Yeah.
But when it comes to electrical, I'm like, nah, I'm out. So I tried to put in a ceiling fan in our bedroom years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I called my dad. My dad can kind of fix anything. He's just one of those guys. So I called my dad, asked him a few questions, some tips, what to do. And he's like, oh, yeah, this. So I'm like, done. The one thing he forgot to tell me, and I should have thought on my own, I'm not blaming him, was to, make sure you turn off power.
Yeah, you turn the power off.
I didn't do that. So I'm on a chair because, didn't need a ladder. I was on a chair. I was up there. I'm just trying to connect wires.
Mm-hmm.
And I shocked the piss out of myself. Fell off the chair.
Yes.
Luckily didn't hurt myself, but the shock was enough to where I am out. Called my dad back. I told him what happened. He's like, oh, you didn't turn off the power, did you? I'm like, no, I didn't turn off the power. And he's like, you're a dumbass. Turn off the power. I'm like, sure. So I went and turned off the power, called him, made him come in and install my fan.
I've replaced a ton of ceiling fans, Cotter. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've turned off much power to any of them. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those guy things. I think I'd rather live on the edge than take that one extra step of having to go back down to my garage and turning the power off to the room. Also, none of my stuff is really labeled super well.
Okay.
I think you have to kind of guess.
Yeah.
Like, that's too much time.
You flipping switches. Lights go off. We off? What? No? Okay.
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine.
The ceiling fan in my current house in the bedroom hasn't worked in like 8 months.
Oh.
And my wife's like, you going to fix that? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm personally not going to fix it. I'll find a guy, but I'm not going to do it. I just won't do it anymore. I mean, and it wasn't like I said, it didn't hurt myself, but I mean, I shocked the hell out of me. And I'm like, you know what? I hate getting shocked. I don't want to kill myself trying to do a ceiling fan. I'm out.
Yeah, getting shocked is it's one of those things that make you absolutely rethink absolutely everything you're doing at that exact moment in time. All right, well, once again, our question of the day, guys, is what is something that you try to do once on your own that you'll never do again because of the disastrous results, like shocking every cell inside of your body, like Cotter? Tell us your stories, what happened. You can also call us 1-800-394-1061 via the text line. You can also text us and drop your stories into the stream. Now, speaking of stories into the stream, we got some great ones. How about something a little bit more electrical, Cotter, you may agree with. Sean actually chimed in saying, something I'll never do on my own, install my AC in my house, which seems like a massive job.
Yeah. I wouldn't even do that. No, ever. Without even, I'm not doing that.
Now, Sean said, my wife's uncle helped, and it was awful. I'll never do another project with him. I'm guessing it was just more of a family thing where he's the lead on the project, and you're just the little helper boy, and it's just taking for ever. Yeah. And that's what I imagine what happened to Sean here. Now, also something that was brought up here via our Facebook page, Jason Clark said, I was mountain climbing in Arizona. I rolled my ankle and fell in sharp plants. Apparently, Jason blacked out and didn't realize that sharp plants are also called cactuses. He goes, I had to get myself home because of no phone signal as well. So poor Jason rolled his ankle, fell into a cactus or sharp plants, as he says, and then had to actually drag himself out of the desert in Arizona.
This is why you don't do housework, because you're going to electrocute yourself. And it's why you don't enjoy nature, because you're just going to get lost in the deserts of Arizona falling in sharp plants.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's a brutal way, especially when you're hiking. You're just having a good old time. Like, oh, I just need the one bottle of water, maybe a granola bar. I'll make my way a good 5-hour hike in my exit. You're feeling good about yourself. Maybe I'll go to the bar afterwards, have a nice little beer, treat myself for doing so much exercise in the day. Jason did not have that experience. We're sorry, bud.
All right, so what's something that you tried once on your own will never do again because of the disastrous results? 800-394-1061. So, Marshall, coming up next, we're going to get to a comment from John. John's comment involves you and I.
He cut to the bone.
So we'll tell you what John said about our morning show coming up here in just a second. Here's Chevelle and Mars Simula, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Good morning, Rhett. Thank you for welcoming us back. Rhett, possibly on the verge of divorce last week because I hooked him up with an opportunity to buy a PS5. Well, I got all the information on his PS5, like the shipping information.
Right.
And I was sitting down at the house last night watching Sunday Night Football. And I was looking through my emails, and I saw that. I'm like, I wonder if his PS5 arrived. Great news. Rhett's PS5 was delivered on Saturday, I saw. So Rhett, possibly this morning, will be getting a divorce. Because now he's going to spend all of his time playing PlayStation 5. Going back to what Sean said in regards to setting up the AC in his house, he goes, my wife hates getting the static shock, so basically the entirety of winter living in a cold climate is terrible. Oh, okay, sorry. That wasn't a follow-up for you, or that story.
Okay.
Thought it was. Oh, Jeremy, thank you for sharing your story here on the chat. Marshall, I'm sure you have shared, but how was Orlando? Orlando was really fun. Once again, went to Halloween Horror Nights, had a really good time. Best house, I think, was the Haunting of Hill House. I really liked the Beetlejuice house, but my wife didn't. My wife thought the scares were too far apart. You know, most haunted houses, you're going through hallways and stuff. I thought the Beetlejuice house was really cool. Rhett says, ooh, no divorce, silent treatment is over, all good in the neighborhood. All right, we're back to status quo in the Parnell household.
I like it. Congratulations.
But yeah, I think Universal Horror Nights is really great. I had a fun time. Obviously, I bought a T-shirt. And yeah, I think everything was great. The only things that I thought weren't as good as 2019 when I went and did this was they have these like collector cups, like a pint glass, and you could buy their special drink or whatever. And it has like a little blinky light down here. Usually they have like 5 or 6 collector's cups you can get. They only had one this year.
Really?
Yeah. Because my wife and I are like, oh, let's get a couple different ones. I mean, we both had to get the same one. So, I mean, I know that's a really weird thing to complain about, but I'm going to complain about it. And then our host was just like this new guy, and he was very timid. It was his first year. And the first year we had this super outgoing personality who was super fun, who knew everything.
Right.
And he knew a lot. But, like, they had, like, these little, like, I don't know, paragraphs they had to remember for each house.
Yeah.
And he was not good at giving them. He, like, stuttering and stopping and stuff.
Just want to like push him out of the way. It's like, just give me your damn script. I got this.
I was like, yeah, I got this, pal. But no, it was super cool. I had a great time.
Good.
Was it busy? Actually, I mean, it poured right when we first got there. So like the clearing out from like the day crew, the people who went just during the day, and then the people who came in for a night. I would say by the end of the night it was fairly busy. At the beginning, at like 6 o'clock when it officially opens, Halloween Horror Nights, it wasn't very busy.
Yeah.
Sandy, thank you for sharing your story here. So I'll start off with mine very briefly.
Okay.
And then I'm sure you've got some. You could jump into the roasting us story.
Sure.
And then I'll finish up with. I'll finish with Sandy's story.
Okay. And then after the break, we've got Jose and Charles's call.
Yeah. See, we got that. And then I think we have a couple more that we can share. So we should be able to split this in 3.
All right. Be right back, guys. Good morning. We are taking your calls, comments, and text. What's something that you tried to do once on your own, but you're never going to do it again because it did not go well? What happened? 800-394-1061.
So the one that I really thought of, Cotter, was back when I drove the sweetest of Hyundai Tucsons. The year 2007. Great model. Great car. Except for the transmission. I decided that I wanted Bluetooth because, it came with the stock, like, regular sound system. But I really wanted Bluetooth.
Game changer.
I was listening to podcasts and stuff in my car, driving across the country, going on these road trips. I wanted the independence, the grandness of being able to get in my car and pop on whatever was on my phone on my stereo.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just switch out the stereo. This is super easy.
Oh.
I've never done that before.
Right.
Actually, I'm not good with anything on a car. Like I don't think I've ever changed my oil before. I've always paid someone to change my oil. I'm terrified. The moment I open the hood, I'm pretty confident in changing out the battery and the air filter.
Okay.
Everything else is not me. I'm not a car guy. Never claimed to be one. But I was like, what could go wrong? Tearing out a stereo with electrical pieces in it, in my dash. What could go wrong? Well, at the end of this process, I came out and it looked like I was in a bare knuckle fight because I didn't realize taking out a stereo, there's keys that you can put on each side of it that essentially unlock it from from the housing and everything.
Right.
I was trying to grip fist a stereo and rip it out of my car,
Right.
which was not a smart idea.
Right.
Because once again, I tore up my hands in the process. I had to I don't know why I thought I could just do this without watching a YouTube video either. It was just a terrible, terrible process front to back. I'm bleeding in my car. I'm screaming. I'm sweating profusely.
Right.
And I'm doing this in the middle of the night too. Like I'm punching the ceiling because I'm mad at myself. Like
Just blood stains on your ceiling.
There's just blood stains. It looks like I had a fist fight in my car.
Right.
There's blood everywhere. But don't worry, I eventually won the battle. I got the Bluetooth stereo in there, but not before I just absolutely ruined and stunk up my car over 2 days. It was a 2-day process.
Damn.
I know. I really should have done some research or asked someone for help, but I was big time I could do anything guy.
Right.
And it did not turn out well for me. I will never change my stereo. I'll never do any more car stuff. I'm gonna need a friend to do it, or I'll have to go to a professional.
But how long ago was this?
It was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, it's while I lived in Savannah.
Okay.
It's while I've been here.
All right, so call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What's something that you tried once on your own and will never do again because of the disastrous results? All right, so we had somebody comment on the Facebook page, John. So what was the one thing that he'll never try again because of the disastrous results? Listen to your morning show.
Whoa, John. Bird.
Jason agreed. He said absolutely.
Oh, no. Oh, no. But here's the thing. I'm looking at this right now, Cotter.
Yeah.
John's a top fan of the radio station on our Facebook.
Well, no, he loves. Well, I mean, he may love the radio station. It's you and I he hates.
John, how can we turn this around?
That's a good question.
Go to John's house?
Maybe. Do we bring gifts?
Not like Jay and Silent Bob. We're not going to beat him up.
No. We bring gifts.
Yeah, we bring gifts.
We spread the love.
Sit him down?
Yes.
Yeah, take him out to a nice crystal dinner?
Oh.
Yeah. All the sliders he wants. Just love us. Yeah, John, what do we do to you, man? I love that we actually had a listener defend us. Michael hit us up.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, man, this is the best morning show ever. Cotter and Marshall are hilarious. See, Michael, who we pay to do this type of stuff, he's doing his job really, really well. But an absolute burn from John Simmons, man. Come on, man. Love us. Love us.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, you don't make it until you get people hating on you.
Right.
You got to have the haters.
It's true.
To succeed.
Yeah. How about this? I'll give him a $5 Starbucks gift card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Done.
I'll buy you a pumpkin spice latte. We can be basic bitches together. You and me, John.
All right. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What's something that you tried once on your own other than this show and will never do again because of horrible results? We got a great text from Jose and then a call from Big, Bald, and Sexy.
Before we get there, I got to share this one, Cotter. This is coming from Sandy. She goes, I've got something for you. Something that sounds very simple, but not for this chick, is replacing a toilet seat. Once again, I said replacing a toilet seat, Cotter. She goes, which I try to do with a hammer. Well, I missed the hit and the porcelain. I hit the porcelain, and yikes, it was a geyser in my bathroom. My stupidity, but never again. I'm not going to lie, Sandy. I love you. I have never heard of any person going, this hammer will do the job when it comes to changing out a toilet seat? What are you doing?
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, we got more of your stories, plus Big, Bald, and Sexy's call. It's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
Almost forgot me there.
That's all right.
Glad you feel that way.
All right, guys, let me get Charles's call ready real quick. I'll be right back.
back on the live stream. Thanks for sticking around while Cotter edited up that audio here. How much time do we got before we hit the break?
We still have about 3 minutes.
Cool. So do we want to come out straight out the gate with that call then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. Call, and then do you want to go into that that text, or how is the text really good? If not, we'll end on that.
He got a 16-year-old who tried to give himself his own tattoo.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty good. I mean,
I think what I'll do is do Tammy's when it comes to this one.
okay.
So it's your call when it comes to. Thank you, Tony. It's your call. It's the plumbing one where she had to call her ex-husband. We can end on that one, or we can end on yours. Just let me know which one you want to do.
Which one's Tammy's?
Tammy's from Facebook. I think it's the first one from the Cotter and Marsh Show Facebook page,
okay.
or the Rock page. I don't remember which one I got it from. Ooh, there's one we didn't get to. Probably won't get to on this break. But Jeremy said, "I will never, ever, ever take my boat out to test run by motor again." He goes, "Get out there on the water and things running good, and the motor dies. I flood it trying to get it going again, then have to try and paddle myself a good mile back to the boat ramp. It was horrible."
Ugh.
He goes, "Didn't make it. Had to get another boat to tow me back. Yuck."
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, we can end with Jose's the tattoo.
Okay.
I think that one's pretty good.
All right, so call me and then you.
Yep.
Okay. Gloria says, roller skating at roller rink. I was wearing a dress when I fell.
Oh.
Everyone else liked it. David says, water skiing. I nearly drowned. Josh says, I don't learn from my mistakes. Robert says, electrical work. I tried to replace a light switch in my first apartment without turning off the circuit.
Yep.
I think everyone's been there. Tony says, I need a Frankenstein for the office. I haven't found one I like yet. Yeah, Frankenstein, they did a The Bride of Frankenstein Lives haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. So in the movie, The Bride of Frankenstein, she essentially rejects Frankenstein, and then she blows up everyone in the castle and murders everyone, and that's how the movie ends. Sorry, spoiler alert. It's only been out for 100 years. They did a haunted house where she actually lived, and she tries to put Frankenstein back together because she realizes she made a mistake. So that's the whole idea of the haunted house, and it's super cool. It wasn't my favorite of Halloween Horror Nights, but it was definitely super cool. And yeah, I get that you want a Frankenstein. Totally.
All right, we got about 20 seconds. What's something that you tried once on your own and will never do again because of the disastrous results? What happened? 800-394-1061. I got a call from Charles. Here's Big, Bald, and Sexy, his story.
All right, back in Charleston, when we were living there, I was in a hunting club.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy had killed his allotment of does, but he still had a lot of does on his stand. And he asked me, he said, hey, man, you want to go kill a doe? I said, sure. So went down to hunt his stand. And doe popped out. I shot her. She took off into the woods. I got down to go track her. It got dark, and my dadgum rechargeable flashlight, back in the days when we used rechargeable flashlights,
Yeah.
it died.
Oh, no.
It's a Saturday night, no moon, dark as hell. I have zero idea where the hell I am.
Oh.
Rule was at the club was nobody left till everybody was checked out. And it's about an hour past after I shot her.
Right.
That's
Ooh.
how long I've been in the woods by myself, in the total darkness. Of course, we had no cell phones back then.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? What do you do when you lost? I ring off a shot in the air. And then I ring off a second shot. So the third shot is the distress shot, right? 30 minutes later, I finally hear a truck coming. They bring the flashlights in. I
Right.
get out. Ever since, I have never gone hunting without 2 flashlights on my person. And I threw away every stinking rechargeable flashlight I had.
So the difference between Charles and myself, he had his wits about him, to save himself.
Right.
Me, just huddled up in by a tree, maybe some tall weeds, just
Right.
crying in the fetal position.
I love how you were like, oh, he has the wits to get himself out. He, in a panic, he was just like, I have a gun. I'll just shoot everything. And he's like, I hope someone heard that.
It worked. Got himself out.
It did work 100%. I love you, Charles, man. Oh, I'm so happy that you made it out and, murdered something in the process. All right. Now let's go ahead and continue on. Once again, our question of the day is, what's something that you tried to do once on your own and will never do again because of the disastrous results and what happened? Now, Tammy chimed in on our Facebook page. She said, fix the plumbing on the toilet. Now, this is not quite like Sandy's from earlier, but kind of. She goes, there was flooding, lots of flooding. Shooting water in my face on the ceiling, lots of cursing that turned into being drippy, wet, and defeat. It was pathetic, just pathetic, never again. I broke down and called my ex-husband to add insult to injury.
That stinks.
Yes, that is a big-time disastrous result. That's a lesson learner right there.
All right, one more text, and then we'll wrap this up. Jose hit us up. Something he tried once, will never do again. I said, hi, Jose here. When I was 16 years old, I thought it would be great to give myself a tattoo.
Oh, no.
Not a great idea. Now, granted, I could really draw well at the time. But he said, apparently not the same. He's using the gel ink and a needle. Long story short, I tried to make a tattoo gun using vague online instructions, household items, and good old-fashioned teenage rebellion.
Yes, ingenuity.
Rather than yielding a bitch and skull tattoo, I managed to give myself a severe infection. To this day, still do not have a tattoo. Mean to get one. Something always comes up. Eventually it'll happen, but it will be professionally done.
So did he say gel, like gel ink? Like
Gel ink.
Yeah, so that's just like the gel ink pens? Like he just
guess.
broke one open and tried to use that? Oh,
He's
no.
16 years old. Where's he getting tattoo ink? Next best thing, I guess.
Well, it was the age of online. You could order stuff. You could order anything online. But
That's true.
still, yeah, I love that he was just like, nah, don't got the money for this. Taking what do you think he used? It's like his mom's vibrator and a needle.
You just duct taping a needle to it.
That's what I imagine he used.
Well, genius.
Yeah.
I mean, genius.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, what's something you tried once on your own, never going to do again because it didn't go well? You can continue to text. You can continue to hit us up on the chat. The text number 800-394-1061. Moving some things around. So coming up next, are you smarter than a community college dropout? We're going to find out. You take one of us on. Here's Seether, Bruised and Bloodied, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Morning, Mac. Morning, Tony. All right, so we're going to throw out some POD tickets on today's Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Show's coming up this Wednesday. Also, we're going to be talking to Sonny of POD tomorrow. We'll have a little interview with him, and we'll play that back on Wednesday. So we're excited to get a chance to talk to him.
Morning, Mac.
Can you set us up with a Zoom call link for Sonny?
Sure.
Juana says, be careful, everyone. It is nasty outside. It is not. There's nothing outside our windows.
Yeah. So the director of the new movie Dune, was it Dennis Villeneuve or whatever it is?
Villanueva?
There we go.
Yeah.
He is saying the Marvel movies are turning us all into zombies.
I don't think it's quite doing that.
New interview, he said, quote, perhaps the problem is that we are in front of too many Marvel movies that are nothing more than cut and paste of others. Perhaps these types of movies have turned us into zombies a bit. It's not that he hates them. All these films are made the same from the same mold. Some filmmakers can add a little color to it, but they're all cast in the same factory. Doesn't take anything away from the movies, but they are formatted.
Yeah, 100%.
He's just trying to, soften the blow when this Dune movie completely crumbles at the box office.
I think it'll actually do pretty well.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, Dune is like sci-fi nerds is Lord of the Rings.
To an extent, yes, but I still don't think it's that well known. Yeah, I don't know if it's well known enough. It's more well known for being a disastrous movie from the 80s, I think, inside the circle of fans, sure.
Yeah.
But I think big picture, it's more known for just not making a crap ton of money in the 80s.
It's got a ton of big names in it. I bet you it does fairly well.
Yeah.
Especially, I bet it's huge overseas. Because people read books more overseas, and that's a big-time book. Let's see, Morning Mac. Let's see, what else do we miss? We're about to go on the air, play some Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia with POD tickets. Find another spot in Savannah. May need someone with me to go see the property. Let us know, Mac. Me and Cotter will go with you. All right, sorry. Let me go ahead and get trivia up real quick. I wrote a new game just yesterday. Once again, Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? We are playing for POD tickets. They're playing this coming Wednesday right here in Savannah at Victory North. So if you want in, call us up.
All right, guys, be right back. Want some tickets for POD? They're going to be in town Wednesday, Victory North. It's now time to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. And you're thinking, guys, it's not the 8 o'clock hour. Mm-hmm. Don't worry. We know. We're just switching things up a little bit. So if you'd like to play, hit us up.
Yeah, 1-800-394-1061. 7 questions, 60 seconds. It doesn't matter whether you win, lose, or tie with us. We're still going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check out POD along with 3 other bands this coming Wednesday over at Victory North. So once again, 1-800-394-1061. We'll take the very first caller. You'll score the tickets, then you'll play trivia against one of us.
Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Good start to the new time.
Rock 1061, who's this?
Your buddy Vic.
Vic, what's going on, man?
Going to work, cuz. Turning some wrenches.
All right, who do you want to take on in trivia today, myself or Marshall?
I'll do you, man.
All right, good luck, man.
All right, Vic, excuse me. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Just do your best. If for some reason you don't know the answer, feel free to say pass, and we'll move on. And other than that, are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Your time will begin after I ask the first question. Question number 1. What fictional character has a blue box that can travel through time and space?
Pass.
Question number 2. According to Toucan Sam, what should you always follow to find Fruit Loops?
Your nose.
That is correct. Question number 3. What mascot represented the women who went to work in factories to help with the war effort during World War II?
That lady that had to have bandana on her head.
Pretty close. Unfortunately wrong. Question number 4 is multiple choice. Vic, what sport is the subject of the book Sands of Time? Is it surfing or beach volleyball?
Surfing.
Incorrect. Question number 5. Who won a Grammy Award for his song I Left My Heart in San Francisco? It's multiple choice. Is it Tony Bennett, Dean Martin, or Tony Soprano?
Dean Martin.
That is incorrect. Question number 6. Name one of the 2 characters that Jabba intended to feed to the Sarlacc in the movie Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
Frog.
That is incorrect. And question number 7. What is the capital of Georgia?
Atlanta.
That is correct. All right, Vic, you got 2 out of 7 today. All right, Cotter? Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay, sorry about that. I had to double check something while I was doing that. All right, Vic got 2 out of 7 today, Cotter.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and pot
All right,
him
Vic, be
down.
right
Vic,
back.
hold on real quick, Vic. We'll have you listen to this once again. We're playing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by our friends over at the Savannah Bar Crawl. Today, Vic will already automatically score tickets to go check out POD at Victory North, but we got to see if Cotter can do better than him in trivia.
God, I hope so. Jesus, don't start my week like this.
It would be interesting. All right, Cotter, let's go ahead and get going. Question number 1. Your time will begin after I ask it. What fictional character has a blue box that can travel through time and space?
Doctor Who.
Ah, there you go. Question number 2. According to Toucan Sam, what should you always follow to find Fruit Loops?
Your nose?
That is correct.
Oh.
Question number 3. What mascot represented the women who went to work in factories to help with the war effort during World War II?
Rosie Riveter?
Yeah, that's correct. Question number 4 is multiple choice. What sport is the subject of the book Sands of Time? Surfing or beach volleyball?
Surfing.
Incorrect. Question number 5. Who won a Grammy Award for his song I Left My Heart in San Francisco? Multiple choice. Tony Bennett, Dean Martin, or Tony Soprano?
Tony Bennett.
That is correct. Question number 6. Name one of the 2 characters that Jabba intended to feed to the Sarlacc in the movie Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
Luke Skywalker.
That is correct. And question number 7. What is the capital of Georgia?
Atlanta.
That is correct. All right, Cotter, you got 6 out of 7 today.
Feel good. Sorry, Vic.
Nah, don't be sorry, man. Hey, you win some, you lose some.
Well, you still win tickets for POD, so you got that going for you.
There it is.
You're both winners, guys. You're both winners. Well, Vic, thanks for calling in. We'll go ahead and set you up with those. We'll call you after the show today and get you all lined up.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, Vic. See you, man.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and go over the answers to this really easy trivia quiz that I realized that I wrote while I was half asleep yesterday. Question number 1, what fictional character has a blue box that can travel through time and space? Doctor Who.
You mean the thing tattooed on my arm?
It was the first one. Question number 2, according to Toucan Sam, what should you always follow to find Fruit Loops? That's your nose. Question number 3, what mascot represented the women who went to work in factories to help with the war effort during World War II? Excuse me. Burping. I took a drink of Monster just before I probably shouldn't have done that. Let me start over on that one. What mascot represented the women who went to work in factories to help with the war effort during World War II? That would be Rosie the Riveter. Question number 4, what sport is the subject of the book Sands of Time? That would be beach volleyball. Question number 5, who won a Grammy Award for his song I Left My Heart in San Francisco? That would be Tony Bennett. Definitely not Tony Soprano. And question number 6, name one of the 2 characters that Jabba intended to feed to the Sarlacc in the movie Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Luke and Han are both correct answers in that. Question number 7, what is the capital of Georgia? That is Atlanta. When I was writing this quiz, apparently one of my answers became a number, and I was a question short, so I just threw that one at the end.
That's awesome. All right, well played. All right, there you go. Another round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout at its brand new time. We'll play again tomorrow morning at 7:30. Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
I love how Sean was like, kick his ass, Vic. Everyone's on the stream was screaming Vic.
What? Come on, guys.
All right, Cotter's going to edit up that audio. We'll be right back on the stream. All right, guys, back on the stream there. Apologize for the waits. We're back. Vic chiming in this morning, scoring himself some POD tickets. Good to hear from Vic. It's always a surprise every time he calls in because we always think he's dead.
That is true.
So apparently, let's see. Our good neighbors, A Perfect Touch Massage. Apparently their roof is leaking. Who would have thought, Cotter?
No.
Speaking of, is there water over?
Give me 1 second. I'll check.
Is any rain hitting our electrical equipment? That would be an issue.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay, didn't rain that hard then. So apparently there is a movie trailer that the chat is talking about right now called Savannah Haunting.
Okay.
It's a movie trailer off of YouTube that someone posted on Facebook this morning. It looks pretty good, says Wanda. We'll check this out.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Hey, Wanda, could you drop the link to the trailer in the chat? All right, guys, we're currently playing back Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia here at the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour. That's where we're going to start doing trivia here in the mornings. Wanted to switch things around as we get into our fall season of the show. Lots of new bits have made their way into our show, so we're kind of like switching around everything we're kind of doing. So this is kind of the way things are going to be kind of playing out.
Yep. All right. So top of the 8 o'clock hour, we've got Dude of the Week.
Mm-hmm. It's between a 101-year-old grandma and a custodian. So the choices are very interesting today. You can actually read those stories over on our Facebook page. Is the Cotter and Marsh Show page, I believe? Or did you put it up on Rock 1061?
It might be up on Rock.
Okay. Torture Tuesday is back tomorrow, Tony. We actually talked about it a little bit earlier today, and we'll talk about it here in another half an hour. But, we can bring it up again. So Torture Tuesday is going to be tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Cotter and I are going to be doing the duel, which is essentially the one-chip challenge in those little, like, coffin-shaped boxes. I'm sure you guys have seen it. We've done the one-chip challenge multiple times. This is the duel. So essentially we are doing dueling one-chip challenges, and then we have to drink a pint of flaming hot Mountain Dew with a Carolina Reaper that I grew out of my own garden, kind of smashed, like muddled into it. It's almost a craft cocktail. Just
horrible idea.
It's a lot hotter. I mean, I could do do you want me to do a spicy rim of like spicy honey and tagine? I could do that if you'd like.
I mean, sure.
I could bring it in.
We're going to go for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I'll bring in, I have this spicy honey that is absolutely delicious on like chicken strips and stuff.
Yeah.
I bought it a couple weeks ago, yeah. And then, you know what tagine is? It's that Mexican spice. Yeah, tagine. Yeah.
Okay.
You would know it. Just Google tagine real quick. You've seen the bottle 1,000 times in a grocery store. Tagine.
Oh,
tagine. Yeah,
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Tony, yes, we will need ice cream if there's still some over there. That way I don't have to go buy it.
The last time I did a hot challenge, I threw up. So maybe I will again tomorrow.
Well, I think this has got the potential. I mean, it's bad enough with the chip. I think the Mountain Dew with the pepper inside is what will be
right.
It was what will push one of us, if not both, over the edge.
Yeah, I've got a muddler too. So because I do a lot of craft cocktails at home. So I have a Carolina Reaper that I grew, and these look like they're from hell. Like imagine a tiny little red bell pepper,
right?
But it's got like a shriveled up, like crazy devil-like skin hide to it.
Looks like an old man's sack.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is, I think I'll just put the Carolina Reapers in just completely whole before I dump in the Mountain Dew. Yeah, before I dump in the Mountain Dew.
Sure.
And then I'll muddle them up. Like I'll break it all up at the bottom. Then I'll pour the Mountain Dew on top.
Sure.
And then we just have to chug the entire thing.
Such a bad idea.
Yeah. No, it's a terrible idea.
Such a bad idea.
Sandy says, oh, hell yes. I get to watch one of my favorite things tomorrow morning, and that is Cotter eating hot things. Wait, now that you don't get off while watching me eat hot things, just Cotter? I get it. A lot sexier than I am when eating hot things. Charles says, Torture Tuesday idea. Happy ending with some pumice soap. Oh, no.
Why?
No. Well, that's actually a great response. Why? Tony says, yes, there is. What time? That or get the key from A-Dub.
8 o'clock.
Oh, 8 a.m., yeah, on the dot.
Is when we're doing it.
Cam says, I have a feeling Chicks on Dudes will be epic tomorrow. Oh, my gosh, yeah. Because, I mean, we're doing a heat challenge in the middle of the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The second half of the show is going to be interesting because we're both going to be suffering.
Mm-hmm. Elaine just chimed in. She goes, is anyone missing a horse? Okay, I got to check this out. So this post went up 14 hours ago, according to the Bryan County Sheriff's Office. South Bryan County residents, we need your help in locating the owner of the pictured horse below. The horse was just found wandering the Belfast River Highway 144 area. If you know or even think you may know who the horse belongs to, please contact us. The horse is in good hands and it's been taken care of. However, we want to reunite it with its owner. Thank you. I mean, this horse has I forget what do you call it? A bridle, whatever the thing, not the saddle, but it's got the thing around its like nose and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been ridden before. Someone owned that horse. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Wanda. All right, guys, we're jumping into the second half of the show today. We both went on a little vacation this weekend, so we were both a little slow this morning, but ready to get back into it.
Yeah, I'm still dragging, man. Still dragging.
Get that second cup of coffee in. You and I actually, after the show today, are going on a road trip.
That's true.
We're going up to Rincon to drop off a vehicle to get worked on, and it's 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So I'll drive the vehicle we're getting worked on, and we'll have you drive our white cruiser vehicle.
That's fair. Excuse me. So we were kind of late on the ball getting a hotel for my trip to Arkansas for family weekend.
Okay.
So I had to stay in the Econo Lodge.
The Econo Lodge?
I'll never do that again.
I've never stayed in an Econo Lodge. What's it like?
Hell? No, I mean, I've had worse. I shouldn't say that. I've had it worse. So, one, it was a smoking room, so it just stunk.
Cool.
The faucet to the sink was completely loose. The towel rack in the bathroom, one half of it was ripped out of the wall. So I took I took pictures of that and video of the sink because I'm not getting charged for this bullshit. They're not coming back.
All right.
The shower, surprisingly, great shower pressure, incredibly hot, which blew me away because I did not expect that. However, it's like the knobs for the shower were like 2 inches. It's like you can see the pipe for like 2 inches out of the wall.
Oh, okay.
And it felt like standing in the shower that the floor could give out at any time.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it felt weird, and it was just like, and then there were bugs. I mean, not like bed bugs, but just like, it was gross.
There was no other place to stay?
not for, I didn't want to spend $200 a night.
Yikes.
So, we decided not going to do family weekend again. We'll just pick a weekend and go because it was just a lot of people. And they didn't offer up anything so extravagant that I felt we missed out on it.
What did they offer for family weekend?
So they had, on Friday night, they had Finesse Mitchell. Guy was on SNL for a hot second a while back. So he was a comedian. So he came in and did like an hour and a half stand-up. And we had decided to go to that. He was actually really funny. I mean, really funny. They had a casino night, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, like The Office.
Yeah. So it's like you sit down and try to play some Texas Hold'em with a bunch of people that, don't know how to play. So I gave that about 20 minutes before I was just done. And then never played craps before. So I figured, let's play some craps because, I'm not losing actual money. So let's go for it. That was actually fun. I still don't know how to play. But that was fun because the guy in charge of the deal or whatever you call it, craps guy, the dealer, super, super nice. And he was trying to educate everybody. Here's what you do. Go to a casino. Here's how you bet. So, that was actually fun. We hung out there for a little bit. And then they had like a tailgating where they offered up free food and they did a brunch. You paid like $80 a person. You get a T-shirt and you get, into these certain things. But it's like you didn't need to pay the $80 to get into the casino night. You didn't need to pay the $80 to get into Finesse Mitchell. So it was kind of like, why did we spend money on that? So I don't know. It was kind of a waste where I could have just gone and seen my kid and hung out for a weekend and it would have been fine. So a waste of money, not a waste of time.
Let's see. Guys, thanks once again for hanging out this morning on the chats, on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Tomorrow, yes, is Torture Tuesday, the return of it. So tomorrow is going to be a big pain day for us. I expect all of you to share our live stream tomorrow. I want big numbers if I'm going to be in that much pain for your laughter, for your amusement. So I want to hit some all-time numbers tomorrow. So get ready to prepare to share to your friends and family. Look at these idiots. You can actually write that down. Look at these idiots.
Makes the most sense.
Yeah.
All right. So we got out of commercials. We've got Alice in Chains, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, and then we'll get into Dude of the Week.
So over the weekend, Jeff Lowe, the guy who became famous from Tiger King, he was the crappy guy who kind of came in and stole the zoo from Joe. The zookeeper Eric Cowie, he was the dude with the long hair, missing a lot of teeth, always wore sunglasses. Well, he passed away a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they cremated his body, and he always talked about how he never had a family. Well, Jeff Lowe talked about how he planned on claiming his remains, and then he was going to spread them at the zoo as a nice little thing for him. Well, apparently, Jeff was not able to claim his remains because some family members did come forward and claim Eric Cowie's remains. So it says right here, Jeff told TMZ he and his wife Lauren were notified this week that someone claiming to be Eric's family members claimed their remains, and they are scrapping their plans to have him cremated and spread his ashes at their Oklahoma zoo. So that story came out over the weekend. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, man. If they made like a Tiger King 2 documentary, I would watch it. I would watch it in a heartbeat.
I'd totally watch it. I mean, the downside to it is you're moving away from the zoo at this point in time, which, it's like Westworld. Once they moved away from the Westworld, I'm less interested in the show. So I think part of me would be less interested because you're moving away from the zoo. I think that, obviously the characters, but I'd watch it. I'm not trying to say I wouldn't. I'd totally watch it.
And so we're about 2 minutes from going back on the air here at Rock 106.1. Another story that came out over the weekend, and I thought about adding it in for Marshall's Music News, but it was so ridiculous, I thought I'd just keep it up on the stream. So Liam Gallagher, he's apparently on the mend after taking an apparent tumble from what he says was a helicopter ride.
Yeah.
One that didn't kill him, but left his face all jacked up. So the Oasis frontman, former Oasis frontman, posted a photo of his mug covered in bandages. He's got a huge bandage kind of like in between his eyes going over. It really looks like it hit him like right where his sunglasses lay. Then he's got like this white ointment all over his face. Like he burned his face. He's got some like minor scratches on his face as well. He says with that picture, he goes, so check this out. I fell out of a helicopter last night and you couldn't write it. All good who said R&R is dead. Rock and roll's dead. Keith Moon, eat your drum skin. Come on, That's what he wrote on Twitter. Crazy stuff that he is actually still alive. Apparently he fell out of a helicopter ride, I'm guessing, as soon as it took off.
It would have to be, right?
I'm guessing he was pretty hammered at that point.
I want to see video of this. How far off was he just, climbing out and tripped, where it's just sitting on the ground anyway?
Yeah.
Was it actually in the air at all?
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But yeah, he says he fell out of an airplane. He goes, there isn't much context to what exactly happened, but one person speculated in his comment section that he hadn't fallen from very high. Otherwise, he'd be way more injured or dead.
That's true, though.
Duh.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys, got under 15. We'll be right back. This Wednesday, Victory North Savannah welcomes POD along with From Ashes to New and All Good Things. It is the Satellite Tour 21, 20 years of POD's Satellite album. Actually came out on 9/11.
Yeah, that's
2001.
Oh my, really?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, we're getting them right off the anniversary too. So really exciting stuff that POD is coming to town this Wednesday. Also, speaking of POD, Sonny will be joining us on Wednesday. He won't be able to come in studio, but we're going to have him live on the air this coming Wednesday to talk about the show and all the good stuff with the 20th anniversary.
All right, so listen up for that interview on Wednesday. Right now,
the Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
Cool! A freak show! Let's check it out!
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Option number one for Dude of the Week is Virginia Oliver. Now, Virginia, she started trapping lobsters in Maine 10 years prior to World War II.
That was a long time ago. I'm not a math guy, but that was a while ago.
She is 101 years old. She's still doing this. She is the oldest lobster fisher in the state, possibly, most likely the world. I mean, it's hard to believe anybody older than that somewhere is doing this. She started when she's 8.
Yeah.
And doesn't plan on stopping.
So, and also, it was noted in this article for her Dude of the Week nomination that she eats lobster once a week. Is that the secret to living to 100 years old? Do we have to start eating lobster once a week?
Can't afford that.
I really can't afford that.
I'm screwed.
I mean, I'm going to start. Do I have to like drink a gallon of butter with lobster? Because I've been told that's pretty much the only way to eat it here in the South.
Now, I like the stories of people who, I drink a bottle of scotch and smoke a cigar every day and I'm 100 years old. I'll go that route. You go lobster, we'll see who lives longer.
Yeah, we'll see who lives long. I love that. All right, so that's our first Dude of the Week nomination. Our second Dude of the Week nomination goes to a custodian named Chris Jackson in Locust Grove, Georgia. He was having a tough time. He didn't have a car. He was actually walking to work every day. So the staff of the school was like, okay, this guy's incredible. We need to work this out, get him set up with a vehicle.
Y'all lifted a burden off my shoulders.
Chris had fallen on some hard times. He needed some transportation to get back and forth to work. And so we knew that he had some money saved up, and Megan McDonald, who also works here, saw a Facebook post of a mutual friend, and they had a car for sale. But we were still a little short on funds for Chris. And so some friends and the family here at Unity Grove and we all came together and raised the extra money that we needed to be able to get Chris the car.
I always like stories like this, man.
I always like the inspirational music behind it, too. So they picked him up a Chevy Impala. They got it for like $1,000 from a friend who decided to sell it for that cheap. They also raised some side money for like gas and insurance. Well, after the story came out, someone actually went out of their way and purchased insurance for Chris for the first year.
That's awesome.
Of him owning the vehicle. So very cool stuff for our Dude of the Week nominees today.
So say you or I hit on hard times.
Yeah.
And needed some help. Do you think anybody in this building would rally support for us?
This building?
Yes.
Mac.
You think Mac
likes
help?
us. Yeah. Mac gave us mac and cheese once and meatloaf.
That's true.
And I think she would probably run towards helping us out in that time of need. No one else.
See, that came from Mac's mom, though. I think Mac's mom would probably help before Mac would help.
That's true. Mama Margaret, she's a huge fan of us. The other people in the building, no, they do not like us.
They wouldn't help at all. All right, so who is the Dude of the Week? It is up to you. Hit us up with a vote. You can text it in, 800-394-1061. You can also comment on the chat. Is it Virginia, the 101-year-old lobster fisher, or Is it Chris Jackson, the custodian at United Grove Elementary, who has helped out and is now no longer walking to work? So tell us who should be the dude of the week. We'll announce the winner next. Foo Fighters and Making a Fire. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
I'm sorry, Chris Jackson.
I know, same thing I did as soon as I heard it.
I am for real. I just bought you a $1,000 guitar. Car, not guitar. Actually, guitar would have sounded better. Anyway. All right, guys, so here's the deal. Dude of the Week death match. Please let us know who you want to vote for. Should the Dude of the Week be Virginia Oliver, a lady who is still lobster fishing, fishing off the coast? She's 100 years old. She's been lobster fishing almost a century. I guess at this point, technically,
almost
101 minus 8, a while, 90-plus years, guys. And then, obviously, our second Dude of the Week nominee is Chris Jackson, the janitor from Locust Grove, Georgia. Got himself a brand new car for being just an awesome dude. Apparently, I mean,
everybody loved him.
The staff loved him. Anytime he was asked to do something, he went out of his way to get it done. So Dude of the Week nominees, please let us know via the chat or text line who you want to vote for. Who should be the Dude of the Week? Elaine, Sean have already said janitor with the car. Let us know. Rhett says, my vote, Jackson. So 3 for Car Cotter if you didn't already put him down there, just off the stream. Sandy goes, Marshall, I love both y'all bunches, but watching Cotter reactions after eating hot things is absolutely over the top. Tickle my phony pun, hilarious. Jeremy, what's up, man? Good morning. So Jeremy is the owner of Spliffin Brewing Company.
Yep.
And I saw that he actually posted after the show last week. We challenged him to make that weird Southern dessert, but make a beer version of it. I think he's dead set on doing it.
He said he was going to. I'm in, man. Whenever that's ready, I'll come out there. I'll try the first glass.
I was sitting with a group of friends this weekend, and I'm like, "Have you ever heard of this?" And majority of them didn't grow up here, but live here. But a couple of them were, and they were like, "We have never heard of that."
I saw a bunch of stuff on it, man. So it's obviously a thing somewhere.
Yeah, it's Jeremy right there. He goes, "I am doing it." Yeah, he's dead set on it.
Let us know when. I'll try the first glass. I don't care. Bring it on.
Yeah. So once again, it's pear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pear, mayo, cheese with a cherry on top. That was a dessert that someone decided to just go with. Yeah. So, Jeremy, once again, I suggest doing a mayonnaise rim.
So gross.
Yeah, super gross. Elaine, she says, heard of what? My friends, when I was hang out this weekend, they said they've never heard of that Southern, I guess it's a Southern dessert, right?
That's what I heard.
It's that pear, mayo, cheese, cherry combination. They never heard of it.
See, it's like, okay. Mayo with cheese, on a sandwich, yeah, that's fine. Pears are gross. I don't like pears. And it has to be cheddar cheese, according to Charles.
Immediately, when I think of this dessert, I think of the Kraft, like you have to pull it out of the plastic Kraft single. Yeah. Like immediately, that's the first cheese I think of when I think of this dessert.
Pictures I saw were shredded cheese.
Were they? Oh, was it shredded cheese?
Yeah, so I think we can at least go a step up, and it doesn't have to be American cheese. Which, I don't know if it's not going to save this. It's not going to make it edible.
It's use it. You know what, Jeremy? Use a sharp cheddar. Extra medium, maybe. Do you have a preferred cheddar, Cotter?
I like sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
All right, guys, got about 20 seconds.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. We're going to announce the Dude of the Week.
Up first for Dude of the Week, Virginia Oliver. She's 101 years old. She has been a lobster fisher off the coast of Maine.
Lobster.
Since she was 8 years old. That was 10 years prior to World War II. Still fishes with her son. 78-year-old Max.
What a duo.
I know.
Almost 200 years of lobster fishing experience out there.
The name of the boat they use is Virginia, which is obviously her name. It was owned by her late husband, so it was a lobster fishing in the family.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if she named her own boat after herself, I mean, like, ego much? Come on.
Now, when she first started doing this, lobsters were 28 cents a pound. They are 15 times higher than that now.
Yikes, really?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an increase. She's going against Chris Jackson, who is a custodian at Unity Grove Elementary. That's in Locust Grove, Georgia. He hit some hard times. Teachers saw him walking to work, and they love this guy. It's like if somebody asked him to do something, he went out of his way.
Yeah.
Teachers loved him. Kids loved him, so they wanted to help him out. They got everybody to chip in. Bought this dude a Chevy Impala. I guess you said somebody else got him some insurance for the first year.
Yeah, so after the story went viral, someone actually chipped in and just paid for his insurance, his car insurance, for the entire year afterwards.
So that's just really awesome. And you guys voted. The dude of the week is Chris Jackson.
I'm sorry, Chris Jackson. Woo! You all for real. The dude of the week.
All right, coming up next, we're talking Torture Tuesday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Torture Tuesday is back. It returns tomorrow. And for the first Torture Tuesday of the fall season, we're going big. We'll tell you how we're going to suffer for your enjoyment next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys. Once again, switching up the show. Obviously, it's almost trivia time, but we already did trivia.
Yeah.
Like, it's freaking me out. But what we're going to do, and for everyone on the stream, this is actually a great opportunity for you. We're about to get into Big Money Monday, an opportunity where we hopefully are going to be giving away some of our boss's money, a $50 gift card, Visa gift card, could be yours. All you got to do for your chance to win is text us right now, 1-800-394-1061. Text us your first name and then a number between 1 and 9. Choose a number between the numbers of 1 and 9. And we will randomly choose one of you to spin the wheel for. And if your number lands, we give you $50. And we haven't had a winner. A bit of a dry spell again.
Yeah.
No big deal. Hopefully, it's going to get turned around today, and we are going to get ourselves a Big Money Monday winner. I've got the money gun set, guys. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, so Jeremy posted a recipe to the pear salad.
Right.
It's from Southern Living. 1 review, 5 stars.
Really?
Yep. Let's see, did they actually write a review? My family used cottage cheese instead of mayo. I do remember this dish. That was the review.
Okay.
Yep, this says ingredients: 1 head of lettuce, 1 can of pear halves, 15 ounce, half cup mayo, half cup cheddar cheese shredded, and then maraschino cherries.
So cherries, pear, mayo, and... Man, Jeremy's going to have his work cut out for him because, how do you incorporate the mayo and or cheese into this?
I have Jeremy. I don't know, man. Yeah,
like the pear and the cherry, it could easily work together. Like definitely in a sour, that's easy.
Yeah,
maybe in an ale of some sort. But creating something that may have to incorporate those other flavors.
Yeah,
I don't know. First thing I would do, if I was him, is I would literally just recreate it. I would recreate it step for step, not the salad part, because I don't know why it's in a salad. Because this dish is essentially what we just explained on a head of lettuce. Throw the lettuce out. The lettuce doesn't mean anything.
You don't need it. No.
Yeah.
That's just there for look.
I would recreate it, and then I would actually make myself eat some of it just to see what works and what doesn't. Jeremy says, I will make a sour and make sure the pear and cherry shine.
Oh, there you go. That's a good call.
I love it. But yeah, I mean, how do you incorporate the other two? Or do you just do the pear and cherry and kind of do that, and that's what it is? And then make me come to the brewery and do a mayo rim with cheese on it. I don't know. I don't understand beer, guys. I just drink it.
Sean I got to find y'all some loot fish for Torture Tuesday.
Yeah, so loot fish are puke-inducing. My wife showed me a video of people eating it.
Oh, is that the Norwegian where it's like spoiled fish, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so trust me, it's on the list. It's on our list of things to eat.
I'm stupid. I'll do it. My wife is so proud. And it's for these reasons alone that when people ask what I do for a living, she usually doesn't share that information.
I thought it was just for the fact that she's just mad at you for not replacing that fan you set in your bedroom. Luta, is it luta fish?
Luta fish? I don't know. It's disgusting regardless.
I don't know.
Well, now, though, the good thing, though, about the fan in the thing, the guy that you gave me his name for came over and put in my garbage disposal.
Oh, cool.
So I got a guy now, and he's like, you need anything else, just let me know. I'm like, oh, I'm putting together a list.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Super nice guy. So
I'm going to go ahead and step out for 1 second. We have a few minutes, right?
Yes, we've got 5-ish minutes.
Okay. I'll be back probably in 4.5.
All right, sounds good. Once again, like Marshall said, we've got Big Money Monday coming up. Just kind of switching stuff around. Feel free to text us your first name, number 1 through 9. Going to select one person. Your chance to score $50 of our boss's money. We've got a story about pumpkin spice and what pumpkin spice items states are searching for the most. We're going to talk Smash Mouth. They're mad at Rolling Stone. Top 10 signs are getting older. And then, of course, Marshall's music news. And then the big thing, tomorrow is Torture Tuesday. It's back on the work release program. Sorry about that. Have it. Back on the Cotter and Marshall show. And it is a big one, man. It is a big one. We're both doing the one-chip challenge. We're going to drink some Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew, which I hear is not that hot. So we're going to take some, I want to say it's Carolina Reaper that Marshall grew himself. We're going to muddle it into our Mountain Dew, and then we're going to drink that because we hate ourselves. It's the only excuse. We hate ourselves. If we didn't, we wouldn't do this. I'm assuming I didn't ask about the electric stuff, but he sounded like he would do just about anything. So I'll hit you up with his info. Remind me if I don't get it to you within the next day or so. But yeah, I'll hit you up. Super nice guy. All right, we have 3.5 minutes. Disturbed sound of silence. Let's see. We're going to talk. What are we talking about? We're going to talk Torture Tuesday. Yeah, we'll let everybody know on the air what's going down tomorrow and how we're going to suffer. It's not that I'm busy, Wanda. I'm just uber stupid forgetful. That's my problem. I just need to be reminded 1,200 times. All right, under 3 minutes. All right. Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Sorry, I had to do an A-dub and went really quick, I guess.
Fair enough.
So I don't know if you got a chance to see it because you were traveling yesterday.
Yeah.
But yesterday, Bills Mafia was doing their thing. The Bills were playing at home. They were playing the Dolphins. The Bills won like 35-0. It was insane. Well, the Bills Mafia, they're known for like having these wild like tailgate parties where they'll like squirt mustard and ketchup over each other. Well, yesterday they decided to set a table on fire, and some dude tried to powerbomb another guy into it. Well, the thing was, he bounced right off the table and kind of laid in the fire for a second before being pulled off. It doesn't look like he was injured at all, but the video is just crazy because, once again, he got power bombed into like a plastic table, and the ingenuity of whoever made that table, congratulations, because the table held. This guy probably weighed 180 pounds, and the table did not break. And once again, he just laid on the table. I was on fire for a second. He somehow did not burn himself. Stunning.
All right.
Stunning. Oh, man. And before anyone says it, I am very upset that Andy Dalton did get injured yesterday.
Yeah.
Justin Fields came in, played, I think it was pretty much the entire second half of the Bears-Bengals game. Bears won 2017. It was an ugly game by the Bengals. Joe Burrow threw 3 interceptions. Our defense got like a pick 6. Like it was crazy. It was a crazy game.
Kicking myself because I almost picked up the Bears defense in both my leagues.
Oh.
And I didn't.
I wouldn't, honestly.
I was just going to do it for the game.
Just for the game.
Just for the game. No, because I was looking ahead, and I'm like, all right, this is a one-off because the defenses I had, both were just like, they're going to stink it up. And I'm like, man, Bears looking all right. I should have done it.
The Bears, they're playing the Browns next week, and trust me, it's going to be bad.
All right, guys, be right back. One of the long-standing traditions. It moved from afternoons, the work release program, to the Cotter and Marshall Morning Show is Torture Tuesday. And as we get older, we realize we need to take breaks from Torture Tuesday from time to time. Our bodies just can't handle a nonstop Torture Tuesday season.
Yeah, so that's why we split it up into 2 seasons every single year. Now we do a spring season and we do a fall season. So 6 months out of the year, we are doing stupid things to our bodies that our doctors at some point in the future will go, why? Why did you? Is it on video? And then they'll watch it in the doctor's office and they'll just laugh at us.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we are doing something that is, I mean, we do hot challenges a lot, but this one is on the upper side of dumb. Tomorrow we are doing the dual challenge, which is the one chip challenge. I mean, a lot of people have probably seen everyone do the one chip challenge before. This is the one chip challenge with the newest, hottest pepper on the planet, the Pepper X pepper. They spray these tortilla chips down with the Pepper X, and then you and I are both going to eat them, but it doesn't end there.
Now, for this challenge, I guess according to its rules, you would set a beverage in front of you, the beverage of your choice.
Right.
And whoever would drink the beverage first would lose.
Right.
We thought, who wants to do that?
Yeah, that's boring.
So we're going to take some flaming hot Mountain Dew, which I hear not all that hot. But you decided to grow your own. What is
Carolina Reapers?
You decided to grow your own Carolina Reapers. So we're going to muddle some Carolina Reapers grown from Marshall's backyard.
That's right. Integrity Farms.
And we're going to muddle them into the flaming Mountain Dew. So after we eat these chips, are we going to wait 5 minutes before we drink?
Yeah, we got to wait the 5 minutes. Okay. Or, if one of us decides to break down, but
it's not going to help, though.
It's not going to help. So we're going to eat the one chip challenge. We have to wait our 5 minutes, and then we have to drink the entirety of the flaming hot Mountain Dew, which is actually sitting right behind Cotter right now. And then with a muddled in Carolina Reaper grown right from my house. 1.6 million on the Scoville scale is a single Carolina Reaper, Cotter.
So we're doing this at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So top of the 8 o'clock hour. That means we have a whole second half of the show that we have to try to get through after a one-chip challenge and a muddled Carolina Reaper drink.
That's right. We're going to do Chicks on Dudes with Mac. We have Marshall's Music News on the second half of the show. I mean, the second half of the show will literally be on fire, Cotter. It will be on fire.
So Torture Tuesday is back tomorrow. If you guys haven't joined the Horde yet, you haven't watched the show on the stream, tomorrow at 8 o'clock is a great way to dip your toe in. So check us out, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tomorrow for the return of Torture Tuesday. Coming up next, your chance to win a $50 gift card. This is straight out of our boss's wallet. You can score some of our boss's money. We got Big Money Monday coming up next. Details on the way. Here's Five Finger Death Punch, a little bit off. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Elaine says, make sure the toilets are working. Buy extra spray. Yeah. I just confirmed the toilets are working. Wanda says, I'm going to have to miss it. I have to take Caitlin to get an ID in the morning. That seems like something you can wait on.
Well,
don't worry.
Will be posted.
Yeah, we'll definitely get the video posted as its own specific video for sure. But yeah, tomorrow, the duel, Cotter, the duel.
So the Carolina, I will say, with the one chip challenge. I mean, the Death Nut challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's especially the first couple rounds of the Death Nut, they actually tasted good. By the time they get to the point where they taste like crap, they're so small. I mean, the heat's still there, but there's not enough flavor to make it gross.
Mm-hmm.
Those one chips, they're just disgusting. And I mean, it's a chip, and it's dry, and it's hard to eat, and it just tastes like ass. It just is horrible.
Well, they're not delicious. That's
no,
for sure.
They're not delicious.
Yeah, so we're doing the one chip challenge, Mountain Dew Flaming Hot, which is currently sitting right behind Cotter's head on the live stream there. There you go. They're right there. And then, we'll put that Carolina Reaper in there.
So there's the Flaming Hot.
Rudy says, can I get a shout out for that Bears win and some good thoughts as we were at the hospital for a new baby? Oh, shoot, Rudy, congratulations, man. Oh, speaking of congrats, our buddy Bob, he just had a little baby boy, baby Harvey, just a couple days ago. So congrats to all the babies being born, future Cotter and Marshall Show fans. Their middle name should just be KM.
There you go.
Just the initials. Don't describe it to anyone. But yeah, congrats, man. And yeah, dude, everyone stunned the Bears won yesterday. We stink out loud. We're not a good football team. Our coaches and general manager are pure and utter garbage. But you know what? We won. So I guess I shouldn't complain too much.
Flying from Arkansas to Chicago, there were two Bears fans on the flight. Because sitting kind of diagonal a little across from me was a dude who was glued to his phone watching the game before takeoff. And it's when Dalton went down, and you could tell the excitement in his voice when Dalton went down. Because he's like, oh, his ankle, tweaked his ankle. And then later on.
He was screaming that in the plane?
Then later, he was talking to his friend behind him.
Okay.
And then later on, his buddy's like, Dalton's back in. And the look in his face was just utter defeat.
Yeah. Well, that's the life of a Chicago Bears fan. Utter defeat.
All right, got about 15 seconds, guys. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. So kind of mixing some stuff up time-wise. And this feature, normally we do Monday toward the end of the 7 o'clock hour, but we're moving it toward the end of the 8 o'clock hour. And that is Big Money Monday, Marshall.
Your chance to win a $50 Visa gift card from our boss. And we're not kidding. I literally assume if we get a winner, I go straight to my boss. I go, like, give me your credit card, and I go across the street. I go buy a $50 gift card, and I mail it out. It's as easy as that. And if you want to take part in this, if you want to have an opportunity to win, you need to text us right now, 1-800-394-1061. We just need your first name and then a number between 1 and 9. Just choose a random number.
One number.
And then we'll choose one person to roll for here in just a few moments. If your number hits, you win $50 from us, and then I shoot off this money gun on the live stream.
All right, so Big Money Monday is just moments away. Still got time. Once again, text us your first name and a number 1 through 9. Now, it is definitely pumpkin spice season.
Ooh, it is.
Marshall, and I know you're a fan of a good pumpkin spice latte.
I'm more than a fan, Cotter.
Now, do you like, I mean, is it just the lattes, or, I mean, are you into other pumpkin spice-related things?
Oh, no, I have gone full basic bitch
really?
already. It is, well, mark this down, September 20th, 2021, I've had at least 3 pumpkin spice related flavored things.
Okay.
I've had your general just pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, I found pumpkin spice, those rolls, like little Debbie rolls, but they're pumpkin spice.
Interesting.
So I ate a couple of those as a fat guy. And then I also, what else did I do? I had, pumpkin spice like pretzels, like those little Flips pretzels, like those chocolate cover ones.
Okay.
They made pumpkin spice ones. I ate those as well. I
Well,
was on a road trip.
No, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so there is, according to Google Trends, this is how each state is searching for their favorite pumpkin spice-related things.
Oh, yeah.
They broke it up into 4 different categories. Category number 1, caffeinated drinks. And I think this is, including the coffees. So this is really, I think, the pinnacle, will always be the pinnacle of a true pumpkin spice related item, because I think it really all started, or at least became popular, because of the latte.
Yeah, the PSL, as we like to call it, in the pumpkin spice gang that we're all in. Yeah, 7 states are on the top of that list. Both the Dakotas, Nebraska, Massachusetts, Jersey, Rhode Island, Colorado. So all those people, all those states are the top of the list when it comes to Googling about the PSL. I'm guessing they're looking for places to get it, or places to maybe, or how to make one at home maybe. I'm not for sure.
Now, there are states looking for like a cold brew. Have you ever had like a cold pumpkin spice latte or a cold?
Yeah.
Are those just as good?
They're just as delicious,
are
guys.
they?
Yeah, I'm on the level that all pumpkin spice is essentially the same exact thing. Everything is fantastic.
Okay. Another category is just other drinks, like pumpkin spice hot chocolate in New York. I'm interested in that.
Pumpkin spice margaritas in South Carolina and Florida.
That one's weird to me.
Yeah, I'll drink it. I mean,
really?
I'm sort of an alcoholic. I'll drink anything.
Well, I mean, I like different margaritas. Like a jalapeno margarita, delicious.
If you could put pumpkin spice in gasoline, I'd probably drink it.
I don't know though. I don't think I could do a pumpkin spice margarita. I don't pumpkin spice and tequila. I don't think it works.
Probably not.
No, I don't think
I'm willing
it works.
to try.
All right, number 3 on the list of pumpkin spice related items are baked goods. 19 states, all about a good baked good pumpkin spice item.
I ate some this weekend with pretzels and those rolls. They're delicious.
Pumpkin spice cheesecake enchiladas. Now, pumpkin spice cheesecake, I'm like, all right, that sounds good. But what's a pumpkin spice cheesecake enchilada?
I don't know, but I'm willing to find out, guys. If anyone's willing to make me whatever that is, look up that recipe and bring it to the studios. I'm willing to eat it live on the stream.
All right, number 4 of these categories, condiments or add-ons like pumpkin spice syrup, popular in Oregon, Idaho, Michigan, and other states. And then there's also the love of the pumpkin spice creamer,
which I have at my house currently.
See, that's good. New Mexico, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Maine. Now, Georgia didn't make the list of 4 things. There was one product that they couldn't fit into the above categories.
Right.
And that is, and we talked about this, I think, several weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
The new Cup Noodles pumpkin spice ramen.
Now, I have not seen the pumpkin spice ramen out there. If anyone has seen it, please hit us up on the text line, 1-800-394-1061. But I would love to try the pumpkin spice ramen. I'm in.
It shouldn't be a thing, but it is. And yeah, I'm into. If somebody can find it, or if we find it, I will definitely try that. But Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and Vermont, all about some pumpkin spice ramen. Coming up next, Big Money Monday. Still got time to enter. Text us your first name and a number 1 through 9 right now. 800-394-1061. Going to select one person, try to win $50 of our boss's money. It's next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Sean, the PSL, as we call it in the basic bitch community. Yeah. Oh, look, there's Greg chime in on the chat. What's up, Greg? Greg, did you run the bridge this week? I feel like that's just been the common question over these last few weeks. Did you just run the bridge?
I planned on running, when I got to Kent, after walking 9 miles on Friday. I didn't run.
I feel like that's a really long way to walk. Where are you walking to? Just between like buildings?
Everywhere. Because I flew, so I didn't have a car. So I drove, I Ubered everywhere. So I Ubered to campus, and we walked around campus. And it's like campus is built on a hill, so you're walking up and down constantly.
Yeah.
So we walked all over the place. Ella had class, so she had like a 4-hour class. So I hit up Fossil Cove Brewing. So I Ubered there. Then I was I was looking for other breweries, and there was one that was like a half mile away.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, I'm walking. I've paid enough. I knew I was going to be Ubering all weekend, so I'm like, F it, I'm going to walk. So I walked to that place. Wasn't open when I got there, so I had to walk another quarter of a mile because there was a bar, to grab a beer to wait for the brewery to open. So I walked back to the brewery. So it was just all kinds of stupidity. But yeah, 9-point-some miles is what I ended up walking on Friday.
Jesus.
It was stupid.
Wanda says, damn, no pumpkin spice ramen on Amazon.
Really? That's shocking.
Yeah, if anyone sees pumpkin spice ramen, let us know. I'm interested in trying all pumpkin spice products. I have a weird addiction, obviously, to pumpkin spice for no reason at all. But I don't know. If you create a dumb product, I'm pretty interested in it. That's all I can say. And pumpkin spice ramen is dumb. Sorry, I'm just going to log into our Zip Whip real quick.
Sure.
All right, once again, guys, if you haven't chimed in via the text line yet, you want your opportunity to win $50 cash from us, 1-800-394-1061. Let us know. Your name and then a number between 1 and 9. Ooh, boy, we got a bunch. I chose last week. Why don't you choose this week? You choose one random person.
All right.
Tony says heading to the dentist. Ooh, good luck. Super early. Sean says I put 9-ish miles in on Saturday at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. Had a great time. It was barbecue bellies and beer weekend.
Nice.
Rudy says I did. Just make sure you pick me today. I think Rudy actually has won Big Money Monday before.
Okay.
I think he was one of our very first winners.
All right, so we got a few minutes left. The commercials. Going to get into some Green Day and Longview.
Cool.
Then we'll. Do we want to do the Smash Mouth story, or do we? And we got time if you want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to dive into it, we definitely can.
Yeah, let's do it. I think it's kind of ridiculous enough.
So this past Saturday was Batman Day. It's the one day a year we celebrate the Batman. It's always on a Saturday, so it's always
okay. Is it tied to?
It's
tied to some date.
It's tied to like some anniversary of some sort.
Okay.
But I thought the deal was they were going to be releasing a Batman trailer, The Batman, which is supposed to be coming out in March. I thought they're going to be releasing a trailer, but I guess they haven't yet.
Would have been nice.
Ooh, for horror fans on here, you may like this news. So Mike Flanagan, he's the guy who did The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor. He's directed a couple well-known films as well, including Dr. Sleep, which was the follow-up to The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
He's created another series for Netflix called Midnight Mass, and they plan on doing multiple seasons of it. So the first season of Midnight Mass is a 9 out of 10, according to IGN. They say Netflix's Midnight Mass is another excellent story from the new king of horror, Mike Flanagan. This officially comes out this coming Friday.
I want to say I saw something on this.
Yeah, so the summary for this new show is an isolated island community experiences miraculous events and frightening omens after the arrival of a charismatic, mysterious young priest. Once again, called Midnight Mass. This is on Netflix this coming weekend. If you're looking to get into something this weekend when it comes to, the spooky season, make sure to check that out. I'll definitely be watching it.
Nice.
All right, let's make sure I got the money gun all set up, guys. Guys, I'm ready to shoot this damn thing off. It's been too many weeks. And I know it's not your fault. It's my fault. I'm the guy who twists and turns this little bingo machine, so
I got 3.5 minutes.
I thought it was supposed to rain all day today. Now it's sunny outside.
I know, right?
Did you? I mean, the forecast showed that it was like 100% chance of rain between 6 a.m. and like 7 p.m.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I got a text from A-Dub, and he was like, "I'm out at the Ronald McDonald Golf Tournament today."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Sure is that going to happen?"
Sean says, I found the 9-foot Oogie Boogie inflatable at Home Depot yesterday. My wife had to drag me away, so I didn't buy it. I need it. Too funny. I saw, I don't know where I saw it, actually. I think it was just on social media, but Horde member Tony, she talked about going to buy the 12-foot tall skeleton with the LED eyes.
Right.
Someone posted on Facebook, they're like, they laughed at me when I bought a $300 skeleton and said I'd only use it once a year. And they actually had a giant skeleton in a Santa Claus hat, like holding on to a Christmas tree,
right?
Like 6 feet off the ground in their living room. It was hilarious. But now I kind of wish I would have had Tony buy me one. I know I'm having buyer's remorse.
I get it.
Tony offered to buy me a 12-foot tall skeleton, and I didn't.
I got about a minute and a half.
Rudy says, I just took out the 11. Yes, I said 11 totes of Halloween decorations to start setting up. Holy shit. I have one.
Amateur.
Mine was half empty because our stuff was so old and broken. We threw away like half of our stuff this past year.
All right, we got about a minute left, guys. A little under.
All right, we're going to roll, see if someone's going to win ourselves some cash.
Story first?
Yeah, let's jump into the story.
Okay.
Obviously, we don't need to go over what made the list. We just talk about Smash Mouth not being on it.
Yeah.
Sean says we have Jack, Sally, and Zero. I need the Oogie Boogie with Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Hey, Sean, you know what? I agree. Your wife should absolutely let you buy that. 100%. You should. Oh, you know what? It worked for our other friend, Silent Treatment. Silent Treatment your wife tonight.
All right, guys, be right back. Want to score $50 of our boss's money? Still got a little bit of time to drop us a text to 800-394-1061. Just need your first name. One number, 1 through 9, is coming up, is Big Money Monday. So Rolling Stone redid their 500 greatest songs of all time list. First time they completely redone this in 17 years.
Yeah, 2004 was the last time they put out this list.
And I mean, typical stuff, for the most part, especially when you get into the top of the list. Well, there was one song that was, I don't think, noticeably glaring, except for, maybe the band, and that's Smash Mouth's All-Star. Doesn't make the list of 500 songs.
Do you think it should really belong on this list?
No, God, no. No, I mean, it's not even their best song. To me, Walking on the Sun's their best song.
Man, what an old school Smash Mouth fan you are.
Well, I'm just saying, to me, that's their best. All-Star is their hit. I get it.
Right.
Walking on the Sun was their first song, and that's my favorite anyway. But no, this song should not be even in the conversation. I mean, give me a few hours from memory. I could write down 500 songs that I'd rather hear than Smash Mouth's All-Star.
Well, Smash Mouth was really upset at this list that Rolling Stone put out over the weekend. So they tweeted yesterday, because they obviously spent time to go through the entire list of 500 songs. They said, quote, yesterday on Twitter, is All-Star not on this list? Are we missing something? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. They got big mad over this, and people roasted them on Twitter.
Now, they have kind of gotten weird recently on social media with doing some of this stuff where, it's like they're trolling people.
Yeah.
I mean, and they started tweeting people who helped put together this list with Rolling Stone. I mean, seriously, is this you, Jeff? It was Jeff Hazza or whatever his name is. Helped put together this list. So they started calling out people by name.
I love that.
I mean, who's going to be like, I was the one that fought for you guys. Really thought you should have been there.
Tried to make it happen for you guys, man.
Nobody wanted to listen. Maybe I'm in the minority here. Does anybody feel All-Star is top 500 material?
Right. I mean, it's the song from Shrek should be on there. I'm a believer.
And that's a cover. It's not even theirs. But no, I mean, I don't know. I find it It's just so weird. I mean, they're just trolling people, right? They can't honestly.
No, these guys are 100% real.
Are they that serious?
Yeah, they totally believe All Star, the original tune from Smash Mouth, that band from California, should 100% be on this list.
I mean, you know what? I guess hats off to them.
Really?
For feeling that strongly about their material.
Let's just give them a hat, and maybe that'll make them feel better about how much they suck. But good for Smash Mouth for freaking out over the weekend.
All right, it is time to play some Big Money Monday. This is your chance to win a $50 gift card. This is legitly our boss's money. Today, Marshall, we're going to play for Donald.
Donald?
He's selected number 8.
Okay, Donald going for lucky number 8. Hopefully it's lucky. Once again, Big Money Monday. Are you ready, Cotter?
I'm ready, man. It's been over a month.
Yeah, it's been over a month since we had the last winner.
We need to give away some money.
All right, let's go ahead and make the roll. See if I dropped it. Okay, what's the number again?
We're looking for an 8.
All right. Today, Donald, you got number 69.
Oh, nice.
I mean, nice. But not nice $50 worth nice. So close. So close. Just one number off today, Donald. Our streak of losing continues.
I don't like this.
I don't like this at all.
I hate this.
I mean, I love the number we got, but
nice.
But we didn't get the number we needed to give away $50 cash, Cotter.
All right, maybe next week we'll break our streak and give away $50 of our boss's money. He's loving this right now.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes me hate it even more.
Yeah, he's currently on our live chat just laughing. He's laughing at us of how bad we are at rolling for our listeners.
All right, so back to Big Money Monday next week here on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Coming up after 9 o'clock, 10 signs that we're getting old. We'll talk about that. It's Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Greg says, see, I sent in 9. Rudy says, I picked number 6, just saying. Adab says, maybe he will be lucky at home. I don't know what that means.
Maybe he'll get some. I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe.
If he's married, it's doubtful, says Gibby.
Jeremy says, no, they have no biz on that 500 list, and they know it. I mean, was that song on the top 100 or 50 Billboard charts this year? Maybe that could be why. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I would. Here, I'll look.
Gibby says, if he's married, it's doubtful.
I would be willing to bet the song was a top 10 hit for them, just because it was a massive song.
Mm-hmm.
But it does not deserve hit seat charts. In Australia, it was number 4. Mainstream top 40, it was number 1. Alternative airplay, it was number 2. Adult top 40, it was number 1. Adult alternative songs, it was number 5. Billboard Hot 100, it was a top 4 song. It was number 4.
Wow.
So,
I mean, it doesn't mean they should be on the top 500 songs of all time.
100% agree with that. Yeah. It's 3 times platinum. It sold 3 million copies in the United States.
It was a jam.
So, I mean, I get it was a hit. It by far their biggest hit. But no, it does. It's not top 500 material.
All right, guys. Sadly, no Big Money Monday this week. But obviously, once again, next Monday, we'll take another swing at it. We'll see if we can get this. Get it right for you.
All right, now I'm curious. Let's see. When was this?
How about, you know what? We should ask A-Dub. If any time someone hits the number 69, we should give away $100.
I like it.
A-Dub, you're on the chat.
I like it.
A-Dub, can we have permission if we ever roll a 69 again from this moment on? Can we give away $100 just for hitting 69? And Gibby goes, 69 should be a jackpot winner. He goes, that's a nice prize. So I sat down with Chris. He's a member of our fantasy football league, the Cotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League, which we'll talk about tomorrow on the live stream about how we're doing. I'm not doing great.
I'm not doing good.
Chris says, sign number 1. Took me a whole day to bounce back from our beer meeting on Saturday. Yep. Oh, A-Dub has given us permission. If we ever hit another 69, it's $100.
I like it.
All right, that's moving forward. That's a new rule. New Cotter and Marshall rule. Thank you, A-Dub. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, and Gibby's here to see it. Written agreement. Thank you so much, Gibby. Our notary of the Republic. Gibby, thank you so much. Greg says, why ask A-Dub? Shouldn't you be asking the 8-ball? You know what? I will ask the 8-ball. Hey, 8-ball, although A-Dub already said yes, can we give away $100 anytime someone hits the number 69 on Big Money Monday? It is decidedly so. Double up. Double yes. Double yes.
I like it.
High five, everyone. All right. Lane says screenshots don't lie. I got the 8-ball out, guys. If you have any questions for the Magic 8-ball, please feel free to hit us up. Once again, they're going to be like more yes/no questions because, it's a plastic ball that's full of water. Torture Tuesday. We have to drink the 8-ball water.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. Let me Google to see if it's toxic.
I'm sure it is.
That would be a hell of a Torture Tuesday, though. Come on, man.
Whoa. So Lizzo wants to remake The Bodyguard, the 1992 movie.
I heard they were going to do that.
With Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. She wants to remake it with her and her bodyguard,
Channing Tatum,
Chris Evans.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so check this out. So I just asked that question, like one of the Torture Tuesdays, would you have to drink the Magic 8-ball water, like crack it open?
Right.
On Reddit, someone asked, if you were to drink the liquid in a Magic 8-ball, would you die?
Doesn't mean it's not. You can live and it still cannot be safe.
All right, so here's the answer. According to magic8ball.com, according to that website, it claims it's just alcohol with blue dye. Probably not super toxic, but would probably taste terrible and give you an upset stomach. On the off chance that alcohol inside contains methanol, it could make you go blind, so just don't do it.
Yeah, okay, I'm out.
I dare you.
Dare me all you want. I'm out.
Come on, man. Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't drink the Magic 8-ball water?
No. Hard pass.
What if I told you it was just like dish soap?
Because that's better? How's that better?
Here we go. Phil says, ask the 8-ball. Will Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams go off for my fantasy football team tonight? They're taking on the Lions, so I think the answer is probably yes. But let's ask the Magic 8-ball. Will A-Rod and Devontae Adams blow the doors off for Phil today? Outlook, not so good. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good, Phil.
Yeah, I'm losing. I'm lost in both my leagues.
Greg says you should empty the 8-ball and refill it with tequila. Drunken 8-ball. Would the little pieces inside still float?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
It's alcohol.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Put the worm in there. Elaine says I have to step away for a conference call. Good luck.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Have a good day, Elaine.
Sean says you can't triple stamp, double stamp. Of course, guys, once again, if you have any questions you want to ask the Magic 8-ball, feel free. Yes or no questions-ish. Go ahead and just throw them at me. Hashtag ask the 8-ball. Yeah. Do you think there's a Magic 8-ball liquor?
No.
Seems like someone would make a Magic 8-ball.
Oh, you mean just in general?
Yeah, like
not actual.
Yeah, like going into the store. Like there's a drink called the Magic 8-ball.
Is there?
Yeah.
What's in that?
Let me tell you. You're going with 1.5 ounces of blended scotch, preferably monkey shoulder. 3/4 ounces or 3/4 ounces of wow, I've never even heard of that. It's a spicy orange scented vermouth. Then you got 1/2 ounce of roasted cacao nibs. 1 teaspoon of single malt Islay Scotch. Oh my gosh. Bitters, ice, lemon twist. First and foremost, that drink is like $18. And it is a monster. So it's a super chocolatey, but not too sweet because you steep the cocoa nibs in bittersweet Amaro. It's got these dark Coca-Cola vanilla flavors in it. Oh, it actually sounds delicious. But I could never make that.
A lot going on there.
Gibby, have a great day, man. Ooh, Wanda says, hashtag ask the 8-ball. Will I remember to order Selena's damn birthday cake this week? Okay. Does Wanda have the power to remember to order a birthday cake this week? Cannot predict now. Well, we're demanding an answer, Magic 8-ball. Come on. Reply hazy. Try again. God damn it. Okay, Wanda, it's not looking good. Concentrate and ask again. Are you kidding me? Ask again later. Okay, the Magic 8 Ball 4 separate times refused to answer your question, Wanda, so I don't know what to say to you.
Okay. Let me move that so we're not sitting there for 6 more minutes.
Yeah, how we looking on time here?
Gonna look a whole lot better here in a second. About 4 minutes. Yeah, about 4 minutes. Tool until the end of the show.
We're playing Tool till the end of the show?
Now I'm moving
Okay.
Tool to the end of the show.
Oh, gotcha.
It was the start of the hour. I'm like, yeah, we don't need to sit another 6 minutes.
That John guy in Hampton, South Carolina would love it. We played Tool the entire hour.
Probably.
Not a fan.
So I guess I just went to 2 breweries and the one weird random bar. A couple of the breweries pretty good. I mean, if I wasn't flying, I would have definitely brought some stuff home. Fossil Cove is good.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really good IPA. And then the other place I went to, Boston Mountain Brewing. That place was cool. They had a really good Marzen. What else?
Boston Mountain Brewing?
Yeah.
In Arkansas. Boston Mountain Brewing.
Yeah.
When I think of Arkansas, I don't think of mountains at all.
It's very mountainous.
Really?
I didn't either. But driving through it, you're like, holy crap. I mean, yeah, there's lots of mountains.
Yeah, that's the last thing I think of Arkansas.
I didn't know until we drove through it the first time.
I would think Arkansas, slightly hilly and just terrible.
Fayetteville, I mean, that's the only thing I can speak of. Fayetteville's nice, man. I do like Fayetteville, so that's kind of a cool place. Some neat stuff to check out.
Yeah, I mean, Orlando was, when I went there for Horror Nights this past weekend, I would say it was just about exactly what you think it would be. So I stayed at the Doubletree, which was just outside like the main gates of Universal.
Right.
And I thought to myself, oh, well, it's like a half a mile walk into the park. So I'm like, well, just walk. Super easy.
Right.
It was 90 degrees and 80% humidity. It had been raining on and off.
Right.
So even though I was a half a mile away from the main gates of Universal, I Ubered in and out.
I don't blame you.
It was an $8 Uber ride.
No,
so I was like, you know what? That's fine. We'll just roll with that.
Cheaper than parking.
Yeah. Although I did get free parking, but I knew I was going to be drinking, so I didn't want to. I didn't want to drink and drive there. So
makes sense.
But I went to this Miller's Ale House, which was like in the parking lot of the hotel I stayed at, which is great. You know, go there, grab some food, have a first drink of the day.
Right.
Florida was big time Florida. Everyone, I didn't realize, and it was my fault. I sat on like this back patio portion. Everyone around me was smoking cigarettes, like every single one, and I'm slightly allergic to cigarettes, so I had to like move my table to the back corner like I was some leper of the bar area. So like everyone was smoking at the bar, and then I don't think I saw more than like 3 masks the entire time I was in Florida.
Yeah.
People in the park were wearing masks, some of them, but a majority of people in Florida just did not care about wearing a mask, which is totally fine if you live in Florida, because I expect that out of you.
Yeah, I didn't see an overabundance in Arkansas. You had to wear them when you went to like school buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I knew what I was getting into when I crossed that state line.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, is Gibby still on here? Gibby, if you're still on here, are you streaming today? Our buddy Gibby likes to stream. He's been playing this weird Pokemon RPG, like Pokemon Go as well. He's a big Pokemon guy. So, Gibby, if you're streaming today, let us know. Let everyone know. Do you just want to pick? We don't have to go through all 10. Pick a few here. You got the list, obviously, that I emailed you.
Thank
you. Yeah.
All right, guys, 15. We'll be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. So this past weekend, I was in Arkansas and went to the Arkansas-Georgia Southern game. And whenever there was a third down for Georgia Southern in the first half of the game, they would play this, Stone Cold Steve Austin's Entrance.
Oh, okay.
But then for some reason in the second half, they switched it up. And it was just every other song, whatever they wanted to play. It was really weird that the whole first half stuck with one song. Second half, it's like, let's jukebox it now. We'll just play whatever.
Maybe they had some guy fill in for the first half who was told only to push one button. Maybe that was the deal there.
Maybe. All right, what are some signs that you're getting old? I just can feel it in my bones. But came across this list of things that point to the fact that, you're probably getting a little old. I like this one. You recently started to rant with, as a taxpayer. I think that, you've hit adult status.
Right.
When you were like, as a taxpayer, or, I pay your taxes.
Oh.
Either one of those.
Yeah, I love, especially people who are going on rants about politicians who are like, we pay your salary, right? Well, anyway, we found this poll, once again, that people start feeling an adult at an age of 25. But what are 10 signs they're undeniable that you're getting older? Of course, that was one Cotter brought up. One that it's too close to my heart, was you don't mind spending a Saturday afternoon at Costco. Now, obviously, we don't have a Costco yet here. They're building one in Pooler. I go to Sam's Club on a good Saturday. Yesterday, I'm not going to lie. Football was on, guys. I went to Sam's Club for like a good hour and a half. I was just strolling around.
Right.
It's like, what kind of deals in quantity can I get here at Sam's Club? And I wound up spending like $200 at Sam's Club yesterday.
No, I get that. I don't have the Sam's Club membership anymore, but I could go to Ace or I could go to Home Depot and I could spend 2 hours and not feel bad about myself and be like, you know what? It's time well spent.
For a guy who does not like to do home improvement projects, you spend way too much time at home improvement stores, Cotter.
I like to look at things and go, you know what? One day. No, I've expanded as I've gotten older. I've expanded my tool repertoire at the house.
Yeah.
So I like going there. Now this one is one that hits in the wrong. It hits hard. When you go to a place and you hear like a song that you grew up with in high school, and it's maybe playing like in the grocery store or playing in CVS. The worst part is when you hear the Muzak version. And you're like in an elevator and you're like, Is this Nirvana? What the hell are they doing with this stuff? So that's the worst because you're like, I've gotten to the point now that the music I loved growing up, rebelling against my parents, is now music.
Yeah, it's throwback music as well. So like when you walk into Target and you're walking by, I walk by like the girls' clothing section, and they have like throwback like bands there, but they're like Nirvana and Soundgarden. Like that hurts my soul. And I was in Kohl's just the other day. And I was walking by, I don't know, some weird section. It had this TV, and it was like, a throwback hit. It was like Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm like,
dude, it's 30 years old.
I know, but I'm 38, Cotter, and that hurts my soul a little bit.
Now, this is a new level of old. So when you see somebody who obviously was born way post Nirvana and grunge, and they're wearing a Nirvana shirt.
Yeah.
Are you offended? Because chances are they couldn't name one Nirvana song. Does that bother you?
No, but honestly, the one very big douchebag thing I want to do is I want to walk up to be like, name 3 albums. Do it. And if they can't, you tear the shirt off of them and you slap them a little bit.
Because I will say, it doesn't bother me, but I always wonder. That's my, I'll wonder in the back of my mind going, all right, does that 17-year-old kid, can they name one Nirvana song?
No.
Are they just wearing the shirt because this looks cool?
It was super cool. It was on sale at Target.
Now I'm trying to think back though, and I guess I don't know. Did we go through that same thing when we were that age? Were we wearing shirts from Led Zeppelin or AC/DC without listening to these bands? And I don't know. I don't remember that. I think everybody growing up went through their Led Zeppelin phase where they listened to Led Zeppelin, but were we wearing shirts of classic rock artists that we weren't actually listening to?
No, I definitely didn't. I was all about the new stuff, man. I was wearing like 9 Inch Nails t-shirts and Fear Factory t-shirts. I was watching, oddly enough, The Sopranos last night, and I was laughing because Junior Soprano, whatever the kid's name is, Tony Soprano's kid, he was wearing a Pantera t-shirt, and all of his friends were hanging out like wearing like Fear Factory like sweatshirts and stuff. I'm like, those would be my friends. I want to hang out with those cool kids.
I'm this close to the mob. Yes. All right, so that was a list we came across, but we put together our own list, things that specifically make Marshall and I feel old. If there's anything you'd like to add in on this conversation, hit us up with the text, 800-394-1061. You can also chime in on the chat as well. We'll get to that next. Here's Evanescence and Better Without You. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
Elaine says, signs of getting old, sharing medical history stories. Where'd you get that scar? Did you fall off a bike or something? Nope, that's where I tore my rotator cuff reaching for the cereal, top shelf of the pantry. Yeah, I've got a couple I could definitely share. Yeah,
I've got several.
Wanda says, I just did the whole medical sharing stories last week with a friend who I hadn't seen in years, Elaine. She goes, she pulled out her container of medicine bottles while I shared mine.
Oh, that's awesome.
I am not looking forward to that age where, like, as an older person, your doctor prescribes you, like, 30 pills to take. And you're like, this is the 30 pills that allow you to be a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a human at that point? You're just more medicine.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm so anti that. I think I'll just refuse to go to the doctor. I would just rather die of whatever disease I get than try to fight it and take pills for the rest of my life.
Take that stance.
Give up. Don't try. No, I mean, why is it? Every single person has, like, you know, those like little plastic shoe boxes that you get.
Oh, yeah.
And with the plastic lid, everyone's got like a container of those after the age of like 40 something.
I don't have one.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet, because you refuse to go to the doctor like me. Rhett says, when you hear a song on the radio on Rock 106.1 and the kids in the car say, is that on the oldie channel? Ah, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know, right?
Son of a bitch. You pull that car over, Rhett, you just drop those kids off. Daddy, no, we're supposed to be going to school right now. You're walking. I'm going home to play my PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 has never disappointed me. You guys just did. Wanda said it was mostly antidepressants. Holy shit. That's another thing. And if you get on like one antidepressant, they're like trying to stick you with like 1,000 of them. Crazy.
All right, we got just over a minute.
So we'll do a small little recap of what we just talked about, and then we'll go into our stuff of signs that we know we're getting older with. Excuse me. In Marshall's Music News today, we will talk about Ozzy hitting another sales record, Hailstorm doing some work on a new album, which I thought was done, but apparently not.
Right.
And Eddie Van Halen getting possibly a park named after him.
Oh.
So we'll talk about all those things coming up here in Marshall's Music News at the last part of the hour. When it comes to your and I's adventure, I'll just need a few minutes after the show. I kind of like to get the first show notes for tomorrow's show out to you before we leave.
Yeah, that's fine.
But, I mean, preferably leaving by 10:15 at the very latest.
That's fine with me, man.
Yeah, because once again, it's 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, and then, yeah.
No, I get it. Came across the list of signs that you're getting old, you know, ranting about being a taxpayer, hearing songs that you love growing up in the stores that you're now shopping in, people commenting about how, you know, are those oldies when they're talking about some of the songs? So all kinds of stuff on this list, but I'm sure we've got our own things, Marshall, that you and I both just go, this is what makes me feel old or knows I'm getting old.
Yeah.
You got any?
Oh, yeah, I got a few. How about this? So we sit for 4 hours every single morning doing the morning show from 6 to 10. I know what you're saying. Oh, Marshall, tough job, right? Some days, but other days, no. We have the best and easiest job in the world. But when I stand up, my left knee, I messed it up almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And because I keep it like, in a sitting position. When I straighten it out and walk, I have a bit of a limp for about 30 seconds. And then after that, it's fine. But I know my knee eventually is going to have to be looked at by a medical doctor, and I'm terrified at that. Yeah. So I'm just going to put up with this. But yeah, I definitely know I'm getting older now because my knee just hurts when I sit down for too long.
I literally put getting up on the sheet. Getting up. That was both getting out of bed, getting up out of a chair. You've commented before how after I sit in here for a few hours, how I stand up slowly. And
well, it depends on the day.
Yeah. So just, standing up sometimes is the roughest thing because it's just like, what's going to hurt? Maybe it's the knee. Yeah. Chances are it's the back. That's always hurting.
Oh, that's a good one.
The neck is always sore. So just standing up sometimes reminds me, whoo, you're old.
Well, it turns out, and you guys probably won't believe this, we haven't treated our bodies very good. We're kind of gross on certain standards. At least I am. How about here's another one, Cotter, that you could probably relate to. Hangovers now last multiple days. It was when I turned 35.
Yeah.
So just 3 years ago, I used to struggle off a hangover within 6 hours.
Right.
I felt really good. Once I turned 35, hangovers at certain times have lasted days, like a day and a half, almost 2 days, like hangovers. And they are the worst because the first day is an utter travesty.
Right.
And you're doing everything you can not to die. And the second day is actually just recovering from that day. So like multiple day hangovers, they're the worst. And they hit me now that I've gotten older. I'm past 35 now. I'm living in that world.
I'm the exact opposite. Now, maybe I'm not going to say I drink less.
You're the Benjamin Buttons of hangovers.
Maybe. But, I drink less maybe at a time. I'm sitting down because I have fewer hangovers within the past 5 years and less painful hangovers than I've ever had before in my life.
I think here's the deal. You're drinking to enjoy alcohol. I'm drinking to forget all of my problems.
Fair enough. So, another one on my list, and we just kind of talked about it kind of briefly a little bit ago, is I've noticed my tool collection and things to do yard work in have expanded drastically.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, before it's like, hey, we need a weed whacker. Do you want that for Christmas? Like, no, give me a video game. I mean, up until, my 40s.
Yeah.
But now it's like I go to, love spending time at Home Depot, love spending time like at Ace, and I'll be like, oh, man, that hedge trimmer is looking sexy.
It's looking sexy.
So sexy. I mean, I bought a hedge trimmer. A hedge trimmer.
Was it cordless?
No.
No, you're not a grown up yet.
No, that's fine though. But I mean, it's like things like that where I've noticed, my tool collection, yard work, equipment. I have some, which, up until now, I didn't.
Yeah, once again, we're going over signs that you're getting older. Here's one, Cotter, that I do way too much. I look at my 401k all the time. And every time I look at it, I go, that's not enough. I am going to literally die when I retire. I will work till I die, and then even after I die, I will still somehow not have enough money to live my retirement days.
The last one for me was really just, I've noticed that as I've gotten older, I've just gotten grumpy. About anything and everything. I'm grumpy. I'm less happy, and I don't know how. It's like we're to a point financially where we're really in a good spot. My wife and I. Kids are out, should be enjoying life. For whatever reason, I've just turned into a massive grump.
Yeah, I know.
And it's I know, dude. And no, trust me, I know it's annoying. It annoys me that I'm this grumpy sometimes.
Maybe you should start drinking to forget again, as opposed to just drinking to enjoy alcohol.
Maybe I need to go back to that.
There you go.
Getting grumpy sucks.
I think I just solved your mysteries. I'll charge you. I'll shoot you an invoice for that doctor visit.
All right, thank you. All right, coming up next, going to get to some Marshall's music news. Talking Van Halen, Hailstorm, and Ozzy Osbourne. It's all on the way. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
There it is.
Sorry, wrong screen was up.
Rhett says, making a grunting noise when you sit or stand. When I get on the floor to play with the kids, it's a struggle to get back up.
I get it. Are you doing Ozzy first?
Yeah, I was going to go with Ozzy. If you want to play Ordinary Man.
Okay.
That's the
okay.
Yeah, that's actually the name of the album, and I know he did Ordinary Man with Elton John. So.
We'll do that.
Ooh. Max says, when I stand up, things pop. Oh, get over yourself, 29-year-old little.
Yeah, you're not out of here. You don't count, Max. Sorry.
Get out of here. When you stand up and your knee sounds like bubble wrap, and then you limp for like a minute, then talk to me. I did the morning ritual again this morning where always on Sundays because I drink on Saturdays most of the time.
Right.
Sundays I overcompensate, so I drink a ton of water. So I woke up at 3:10 a.m. this morning, and I was like, gotta go pee. Nope, I'm gonna hold it off. I fell asleep till 4:47.
Oh, impressive.
And then that's when I got up.
That's impressive.
For work today. And actually, I was pretty impressed with myself. Ooh, Mac, thank you. It's a Halloween Horror Nights. We've outside of like the Blinky cups, we didn't buy like merchandise when we went in 2019. But I bought the shirt, or Nicole bought the shirt for me, and then we bought this huge black light poster. It's pretty much like this.
Right.
It's kind of shown differently, but it's like all in like these bright neon colors. But it's a black light poster. So
that's cool.
I'm going to put it up in my guest bathroom. I'm going to replace this picture that I have of Ron Burgundy and put it there. And I'm thinking about doing one of those black light kind of overhangs.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then so it could kind of show off everything.
That's cool. Liquid said, just want to say if Cotter was nicer last week, he may have stood a chance in fantasy.
What's the score of that game? What's the score between you and Liquid in the Cotter and Marshall League?
96.5 to 113.
Wow.
He kind of.
It's not too bad. Are you done?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Do I have anybody? No, I think I'm done.
Yeah,
we're done. It's official.
Yeah, So I'm currently in 3 leagues this year because I don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think pretty much the leagues that I won in last week I lost, and the league that I'm going to be 1-1 after 3 weeks in all 3 leagues.
I'm 1-1. I'll be 1-1 now in the Cotter and Marshall League, and 0-2 in the other. Yeah, so it's not the best here.
Liquid says, "No, I won. He can cry now. It's okay." Yeah. You kind of did talk a little bit of shit last week, so
I know. I made.
Do you want to preemptively apologize to Liquid now or later?
No, I'm not going to apologize.
Oh,
because if we were to meet again, I would say the same thing. I would double down and regret it later.
Right. All right, guys. Marshall's Music News wraps up the show today. Tomorrow, Torture Tuesday, Chicks on Dudes, Quizzed in the Face.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow is going to be an action-packed, bit heavy show tomorrow.
So dude, we got to do quiz. So here's what happens after Torture Tuesday. Quizzed in the Face.
Yeah.
Because we're moving stuff around, so that'll be the bottom of the end of the 8 o'clock hour. And Chicks. So, I mean, it's like some pretty heavy bits. After you and I suffer through abysmal Torture Tuesday.
Yeah, so 6 a.m. we do About Last Night, which covers pretty much the entire hour. 7 o'clock we'll do our call-in. 7:30 we will do trivia. 8 o'clock is Torture Tuesday. 8:30 is Quiz in the Face. 9 o'clock is Chicks on Dudes. And 9:30 is Marshall's Music News. We got a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
The show's already written itself.
Everything post Torture Tuesday. It's going to be a thing, guys.
Liquid says, I just figured he felt bad for me because I am wearing this weird thing on my chest. Oh, yeah, Liquid has to have a heartbeat monitor stuck to his chest for the next 2 weeks. Part robot, bro.
All right, we got about a minute left of commercials. Speaking of making you feel old, almost 30 years. Got some heart-shaped box from Nirvana.
That came out in 94, right? So it'll be...
I think so.
Was it? Yeah.
Post... When did he die? 93?
He put that out the year he died.
Was it? Okay.
Nirvana, In Utero. In Utero, I'm like 99% sure it came out in 1994.
Okay.
Mother Effer came out in 93. Really? September 13th of 1993.
Well, I mean, so if that came out in 93 and came out in September, the songs probably came out in 94. So, I mean, I get where, that happens. You had, let's see, the singles here.
And he passed away in 1994. Maybe that's why I correlate both of them coming out at the same time. So he passed away in April 5th. He put out In Utero in September of the previous year.
Right. But like I said, I'm guessing the songs, were out and playing in 94. So here we go. All right, here we go. Well, I guess Heart Shaped Box, All Apologies, and Rape Me all came out in 93. Damn. Then Penny Royalty, About a Girl was 94.
Serve the Servants, I think, is the first song on the album, fourth song on the album. I don't know. One of my favorites, and I'm kind of surprised that wasn't a single. I thought it was so great. I thought it was a genius anytime I got an album before, like right when it came out, and then I guessed the like next single on the radio. I thought I was a genius when I did that. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, they put out One Hot Minute. It's when Dave Navarro joined the band.
Yeah.
So this was mid-90s, I want to say, maybe late 90s.
Right.
And Aeroplane was a single. I think their second single off that album. And I was like, I told everyone, I'm like, dude, have you seen Aeroplane, or have you watched Aeroplane, or listened to Aeroplane? It's incredible. You got to listen to it. And then I heard it on the radio like a month later, and I was like, I called it. I told you all. I'm a genius.
Yeah, that's that whole One Hot Minute's an interesting Red Hot Chili Peppers album. It just kind of,
I don't think it gets enough praise, honestly.
No, it's not a bad thing, but it definitely kind of exists in its own universe a little bit. I mean, I know Navarro was there for One Hot Minute, but it kind of just lives on its own little, plane of existence.
95 is when it came out. It was their 6th studio album. Rick Rubin produced it.
Did he produce any of the other stuff? Maybe
I think so. Airplane was their 3rd single.
Okay. Well, so it was, what were the other singles?
It was Warped.
Yeah.
My Friends, Aeroplane, Shallow Be Thy Name, and Coffee Shop. They actually put out 5 singles from that album. So yeah.
Huh. Yeah, Aeroplane's a good song.
Let's see. It actually did the best in Australia and Finland. It was the number 1 album in Australia, New Zealand, Finland, Sweden, and the UK.
Damn.
For the United States, it peaked at number 4 on the U.S. Billboard 400 or 200 chart.
Okay. All right, guys, got about 2 minutes.
Ooh, in France, it only peaked at 105th. Jesus. People in France hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love that album growing up, man. Loved it. All right, we'll talk about Ozzy coming up here in about a minute and a half. First, he hit a sales record, another one. So we'll talk about Ozzy and then get into his song with Elton John. Tell those Elton John song or commercials with Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
You seen those for Uber Eats?
Yeah, those
so
are
stupid. I'll have the sushi calamari prosciutto. Lil Nas X, like, what the hell is that? Coming up later tonight, too, is the Packers and Lions game. The Lions are feisty this year. They almost came back and beat the 49ers last week, so I'm excited to check out the game tonight. And it's raining again. Cool. Best thing is when we go drop off these vehicles here in a little bit, the windshield wipers on the vehicle I'm driving, not the best.
Oh, awesome.
I know, right? I'm sure everything will be fine. Nothing will go wrong. If Cotter's just by himself tomorrow on the show, just know that I died.
No, I'd use it as an excuse not to do the show.
Yeah, it's your snow day. Me dying. Son of a bitch.
He took it to a new level.
Yeah, you bastard.
All right, guys, under 15. We'll be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Let's do it. Story number 1, Marshall's Music News.
So congrats are in order for Ozzy Osbourne. His most recent studio album, which came out about a year and a half ago, called Ordinary Man, has been certified gold. That means over 500,000 units have been sold now. I know that doesn't seem like a super great number, but you know what? It's just adding to his collection of gold and platinum records. Now, It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 chart before, upon its arrival, becoming Ozzy Osbourne's 8th top 10 as a solo artist. That's so weird. I didn't even realize Ozzy put out so many solo albums.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But he has. So in total, Ozzy has 13 platinum albums as a solo artist, which the new gold certification for Ordinary Man gives him his 3rd gold album as well. So he's done really well. Who would have thought? Now, Ozzy has already recorded apparently a bunch of new songs for a new studio album. Once again, I don't think he's doing too well health-wise. I think we're getting the David Bowie treatment. We just don't know it yet. I think he's going in, recording a bunch of stuff because Ozzy's not doing great health-wise. He's supposed to be doing a tour kicking off in the UK early next year, but even that doesn't sound great because he's recently going in to have spine surgery to kind of move around some metal rods that are in his body after a fall that kind of dislodged them. So, yeah, not great news there, but hopefully Ozzy hits the stage and continues to put out great music, but health-wise, it's not looking good for the Ozman.
All right, here is Ordinary Man. More of Marshall's music news coming up next. It is Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Danielle says it's rain all day until like 1, and then the sun will come out to steam us like a bag of crab legs.
That is true.
I love the way you bring that out. Sounds delicious. All right, guys, coming up next, we'll do a story on Hailstorm. Let's do the story on Hailstorm next. Just a quick update on their album, which they've already put out a single from, but apparently it's not done. So, whoops. Excuse me. All right, guys, just once again, 2 more Marshall's Music News stories. Then we'll let you guys go. Get into your Monday. This very wet bag of crab legs type Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I think our phone just reset.
Okay.
If anything blows up, I do believe Tim's coming in today, so
that's a plus.
Is it? He told me he was, at least. Yeah, the Falcons game yesterday, they wound up losing. The Buccaneers put up almost a 50 burger on the Falcons yesterday. It was brutal, man. Just brutal.
Yeah.
Turns out Tom Brady's really good at football. He threw for 5 touchdowns yesterday. Buccaneers scored 20 points in the 4th quarter.
That is it's just nuts. Man.
Yeah. So I think it was teams that start off 0-2. Statistically, it's been proven they don't make the playoffs 95% of the time. Teams that start off 0-2.
Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean it does. Sorry, I gotta send a quick email out.
Phil goes, here's hoping they go 0-16 so they can finally realize Matt Ryan has got to go. I still go back to that conversation that we had with the big guy, Frank Slokowski. Big guy, I asked him, and I go, do the Falcons regret not drafting a Justin Fields or someone with that number 4 pick instead of getting Kyle Pitts, who I'm sure is a great player, but up to this point, I mean, Kyle Pitts, has he done much of anything at this point? I don't know. Big guy swears that it was the right thing to do, that getting Kyle Pitts for Matt Ryan, who's still... Big guy said Matt Ryan still had 5 years left. I just highly doubt that at this point. I think the Falcons move on from Matt Ryan this year. There's no way they keep him. Chris said Brady has almost thrown more touchdowns in his 40s than he did his 20s. Oh, I thought he actually did. It's a great stat, or at least it's a great thing to say out loud with confidence, like I did earlier today.
that everybody?
You right there, boss?
Yeah, sorry. Got to send out an email, making sure I'm including everybody. Dang it. That's everybody, I think.
Oh, he needs 14 more? Well, that'll take 2 games the way he's going. Tom Brady's thrown for 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions this year through 2 games. I wish we had half that production for the Chicago Bears.
All right, 20-ish seconds.
Cool. Next story's up is the story on Hailstorm on their new album.
Cool. All right, guys, be right back. Here we go with story number 2, Marshall's Music News.
So Hailstorm have returned to the studio in Nashville, Tennessee to resume recording its follow-up to 2018's Vicious. Now, the new album is set to come out next year, but they did release a new single and video just a few weeks back entitled Back from the Dead. So that's already out there. So they've released their first single to an album they haven't exactly finished yet, which makes me wonder if they should have done that. Maybe they could have had a better song to release as this first single. Although I'm not trying to say Back from the Dead is not a good song, but I'm interested to see what else they could put out there. Now, Joe from the band Hailstorm, the guitar player, shared on his Instagram that Lizzie was laying down new vocals for the LP, and he said, back at it in the studio, we're getting close to wrapping up this bad boy. So once again, Hailstorm in the studio in Nashville, apparently wrapping up a brand new album that's set to come out next year. And of course, if you haven't heard it yet, Back from the Dead is available. I like it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think it could be, there's probably better Hailstorm still to come, but it's good to hear that Hailstorm will have new music for us in 2022.
All right, one more story to go, and we'll tell you what's going down on the show tomorrow because it is packed with stuff. Find out next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Have a good day, Charles, man. Max says covering for Bob tonight. Okay. Good for you. All right, last story of the day will be about Van Halen. Well, actually, specifically, it'll be about Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, man. All right.
Big show tomorrow, guys. Kyle will run over what we're doing here in about 5 minutes once we come back from commercials. Is there anything going on this weekend?
So there is a show Friday night at Southbound that I'm going to go to. It's Eric Britt, who's local, but it's so back in Illinois, radio station we worked at, our house band was a band called the Megasonics. The lead singer of that band is Kevin Gray, or was Kevin Gray. So back in the day, in the 90s, he was the drummer of a band called Hazel Virtue, which was fronted by Eric Britt. So years ago, and I don't know if they had an awkward falling out maybe a little bit. So years ago when I went back to visit, I went and saw the Megasonics play. And Kevin's like, "You're in Savannah now, right?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Well, if you see Eric Britt, tell him I said hey." And I ran into him one day and I told him that, and it was kind of weird. So I don't know. But anyway, regardless, they're doing like a tour. They're actually back together. Three guys in Hazel Virtue. So they're playing Southbound on Friday night. So the wife and I are going to go and, kind of go hang out with Kevin, who I haven't seen in over a decade, maybe. So there's that going on. And there's another band, Drucker. I don't know. Another band also playing that night.
Right.
Other than that, I'm not quite sure. I don't know if there's anything really lined up for this weekend.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's that. There's that Midnight Mass show that's coming out on Netflix if you want to get into that. And, I mean, we're diving right into, the month of October. Good old Halloween, man.
Yeah. So,
is there any movies coming out?
And you're gone the first weekend of October?
Yeah, so not this Friday, but next Friday I'll be out once again. Yeah, I'm going to Chicago for a wedding.
All right, so here's so this Friday, as of now, we still have our outing with everybody, right?
You tell me. I'm not the one setting it up, man.
I didn't set it up. Ada. So that's this Friday. So you're out next Friday. Then I'm out next Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. And there's a good chance, we talked about it, there's a good chance we may not have a show Wednesday. Because that's the day I come in at
correct, yeah,
really late. I'll probably work that day, but I probably may not have a show. So then after that, I think we're good for a minute.
Yeah, let's see. I don't have movies for, let's see.
Yeah, is there really anything playing movie-wise? I don't know.
So Venom comes out. They actually moved the date up to October 1st.
Right.
Let's see. Ooh, here, movies coming out this weekend. Oh, there's these bound to be new classics coming out this weekend. There's Dear Evan Hansen, which is a musical.
Yeah.
There's the I'm Your Man, comedy, romance, sci-fi. Never heard of it. On These Grounds and Apache Junction. Okay, just to clear up that question, there is no movies coming out.
Yeah, the Dear Evan Hansen thing, my kid has not seen the musical, but loves the music from it. And the guy that's playing the character is the guy that originated the Broadway version of the character when he was actual high schooler and I was a little bit older. I mean, he still kind of looks young. I don't know. I don't know. The premise of it is not something. It doesn't interest me, and I mean, I'm usually down with musicals, but this one I'm just like, I don't know.
So check this out. So October 1st, when it comes to movies coming out, you got Venom: Let There Be Carnage, which I think is going to be stupid fun to go watch in the theaters. They say it's only 90 minutes long. That's interesting.
That's good, man.
Then there's the Addams Family 2, the animated CGI Pixar type looking Addams Family.
Yeah.
Then there is the Many Saints of Newark, which is the prequel
Sopranos
movie to The Sopranos, which I'll eventually watch one day. And then that's kind of it. And then we jump into October 8th. We have the new James Bond film, No Time to Die.
Right.
The weekend after that, we have Halloween Kills, which they're going to do day in movie theater, day on Peacock.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that in the Peacock.
Yeah. And then let's see. The last weekend of October, you have Dune. So, I mean, you have 4 major movies where, the amount of movies we haven't seen in movie theaters in quite some time coming out in October. October 29th, there's Antlers, which is a new horror film. And there's Last Night in Soho, which is the new film from Edgar Wright. He did Scott Pilgrim, and he did all those films. He did the Cornetto trilogy with oh my God, what's his name? Sean Wright? Is that his name?
No. Right? No.
Not Sean Penn. Whatever. Day of the
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, what's his name?
Sean. Hold on.
You know how we're old? We forget that. That's how we know we're old.
Simon Pegg. There
you go.
I was close. I said not Sean Penn, Simon Pegg. Same thing. Wanda says, we finally put up Halloween stuff since Selena will be out of quarantine this weekend. Don't seem fair to do it without her. Yeah. As long as you get it up before October. I think that's good.
Ghost and Volbeat announced a U.S. tour.
It's got to be next year, right?
Yes. Kicks off in January.
What do we got? What dates?
I'm looking.
Ghost is trying to book a show in Savannah for quite some time.
Nothing here. Nothing even close. Kicks off in Nevada. Let's see, Lincoln, Nebraska, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Ohio.
We're in Illinois.
Chicago, February 18th. Wisconsin, Missouri, Texas. No, nothing close. Well, that blows. All right, got about a minute and a half.
Ooh, February 18th is a Friday. I may go up to Illinois.
I don't blame you. That would be, dude. Talk about boner over that show. I'm in.
Oh, speaking of, any follow-up to the tickets for our friends from Metallica?
Yes, I've reached out, and they are looking into it.
And then I was going to follow up on the tickets that I asked you for.
Same thing.
Yep.
I had that conversation.
I'll be bugging you.
That's fair.
All right, guys, last Marshall's Music News story coming up here in just a few moments. Going to talk about Eddie Van Halen and the city of Pasadena. Go ahead and ask the Magic 8-Ball question. Will I die driving the vehicle to its appointment today? It's just black. It doesn't even have anything.
That's not a good sign when you ask that question.
It is certain.
Okay, there you go.
I feel great. Great.
Rec forward, not backward, if I'm following you.
I don't think I'm going to have a choice, Cotter.
Just, do your part.
I'm telling you, man, I saw so many wrecks of just people like flying off the road yesterday, just driving home from Florida. People do not know how to drive in the rain.
All right, guys, be right back. All right, before we get out of here, one more time, Marshall's Music News.
So the city of Pasadena, California, is the city that Eddie Van Halen grew up in and played many shows, including his first mini shows between 1975 and 1978. Well, the city of Pasadena currently is planning on building a new park at the beginning of next year, and they're have a little contest currently going to name the park, and there is dozens and dozens and dozens of possible names they put out there to vote on. And once again, this is a public vote, but you have to live. It put your address in to
Makes
vote
sense.
for the city of Pasadena, and one of them is the Eddie Van Halen Memorial Park. And of course, that's probably going to be the one that I'm guessing is going to win. Now, voting is open through Friday, September 24th. At that point, the Public Works Department will then take it to the city board and suggest to them that that's the name of the park that should be named and built coming early next year. So people are trying to make this happen for Eddie Van Halen in his hometown of Pasadena. Now, they've already voted that a memorial plaque honoring Eddie Van Halen has been formally approved by the city council and will be installed at the Pasadena Convention Center, where he did play many of those shows. Now, that's already set and done with, but now the park has to be named after Eddie Van Halen. I think that is only proper to do. I mean, what is Chris Cornell? He got a statue in Seattle. We need a park at least of Eddie Van Halen in Pasadena, California. And then, I would like a statue of Eddie probably there too, if you're going to name the park after him. I think that would be very cool. So we need Pasadena, California to step up. Your taxes are high enough. You tax enough people. Let's get that park named after him, and let's put up a statue of Eddie Van Halen in his hometown.
All right, big stuff to get to on the show tomorrow. Marshall will get quizzed in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Mac's going to join us for Chicks on Dudes.
Yeah.
But at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't joined the Horde, watch the stream. Tomorrow at 8 is the time you want to do so. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, because Torture Tuesday is back. We're both doing the one chip challenge. It's called the Duel. So we're going to eat this chip, and then to wash it down, to cleanse our palates.
Right.
We're taking Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And you have Carolina Reapers.
I've grown Carolina Reapers. I have harvested them. They're currently in my freezer. I've been told that's a way you can keep them.
Sure.
And I'm going to pull those out tonight, and then we are going to pop them into our drink. We're going to muddle them up, and we have to chug the entire drink after waiting 5 minutes of the challenge burn.
So we'll see if Quiz in the Face and or Chicks on Dudes happen, because they follow immediately after Torture Tuesday.
Right.
So I guess nothing is promised. After Torture Tuesday, who knows what the show's going to look like.
It's a free-for-all tomorrow, but it's going to be well worth you chiming in on the live stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you go like our pages right now.
All right, guys, thank you for hanging out. We appreciate it on air and on the stream. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out today. We'll see you tomorrow starting at 6 a.m. Do not forget Torch Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Quiz in the Face, Chicks on Dudes, Loaded Show. We'll see you then. See you guys.